National Football League. Today from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it's the Buffalo Bills versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Brought to you by Ford and your local Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By Exceptionally Smooth Michelob. Where you're going, it's Michelob. And by GTE, advancing technology in telecommunications and electrical products. A beautiful sunny day in Philadelphia and a crowd of over 60,000 at Veterans Stadium as the Eagles host the Buffalo Bills. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Philadelphia. Tom Hammond and Dave Rowe ready to bring you the game matching two teams that come off big wins a week ago. In fact, the Buffalo Bills won for the first time this season, and the return of Joe Cribbs probably had something to do with that.
It had a lot to do with it, Tom. Joe Cribbs came back. Everybody knows about his great running ability, but last week his keys were blocking. He threw some outstanding blocks to free Greg Bell.
As a matter of fact, on one key touchdown play, it was the blocking of Cribbs that enabled Bell to get into the end zone.
Absolutely. He wiped out the safety, number 25, Nesby Glasgow, and Bell just skipped into the end zone.
And, of course, the Bills will need all the offense they can generate today because the Eagles' defense, second in the NFL in points allowed. But the Eagle offense has been a real topic of conversation lately with the rejuvenation of Ron Jaworski.
It absolutely has been. Ron Jaworski has come back. He's rejuvenated. He threw a touchdown pass to Kenny Jackson, and it was just an outstanding play. They really look like they have their offense rolling.
So perhaps good offense by both teams will be the key to winning today's game.
It absolutely is. A team who gets off running quickly and establishes the ground game and the passing game is going to win this game.
And the Buffalo Bills have won the toss. They'll receive to get the game underway. Paul McFadden tees it up for the Philadelphia Eagles, the barefoot kicker. And deep for the Buffalo Bills. Anthony Steele is on one side and joined by Don Wilson. Here's McFadden. The Eagles have won 2 in a row, including their upset of the Dallas Cowboys a week ago, while Buffalo beat Indianapolis for the Bills' initial win of the season. McFadden's barefoot, and not a bad day for the barefoot kickers. Temperature 66 degrees and a lot of sunshine here in Philadelphia as we get ready to get the game underway. The Eagles have really been a hot team lately. McFadden sends it deep into the end zone, taken over the shoulder by Wilson. He'll stay in the end zone, and the Bills will put it in play from the 20.
Tom, it's really important that Buffalo comes out and immediately establishes some type of offense. They've been down. They've been maligned. They had a lot of success last week, but they have to come out with that emotion and establish something early.
Here is the lineup for the Bills offensively. Ferragamo has struggled at quarterback this year. Bell leads them in both rushing and passing. Cribbs back in the lineup with Reed, Butler, and Ramson. Veteran offensive line, Jones, Richter, Grant, Bolger, and Devlin. Jerry Butler wide left, I formation in the backfield. Reed to the right side. Bell and Cribbs in the backfield. Here's Ferragamo's handoff to Bell. Fights to the center of the line, doesn't get much, couple of yards. Gary Cobb from an outside backer. Reichenbach from an inside backer spot come up to stop him after a gain of a couple. Let's take a look at the defense for the Eagles now. Reggie White, Ken Clark, and Greg Brown up front. The linebackers go like this: Wilkes, Reichenbach, Griggs, and Cobb. And in the secondary, we'll have a very tough Eagle lineup. Fowles, Edwards, Ellis, and Hopkins, who picked off 2 against the Cowboys a week ago. Reed sets wide left, Butler wide to the right. Again, I formation in the backfield. Cribbs the up back, Bell the tailback. Ferragamo on a 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Complete to Cribbs. First down across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Ray Ellis came up to make the hit, but not before Cribbs out of the backfield got the first down.
That's what the Buffalo team wants to do so well. They want to isolate Joe Cribbs, number 20. You'll see him in your picture. He's just flaring out of the backfield, just trying to find an open spot. He cannot be covered by a linebacker one-on-one. And he finds the seam, and all of a sudden it's his moves. You can see there the defensive corner coming up. Just no one can stay with him really one-on-one.
Bills with their initial first down of the football game. Butler and Reed are wide to the left. You see the figures on Cribbs, who has come back to the Bills from the USFL. Reed in motion. Try the sweep to Bell. Doesn't get much. Back to the 35, perhaps a gain of a yard. Gary Cobb again on the stop for the Eagles. This Eagle defense limited Dallas, the #1 offensive team in the NFC, to their lowest output of the season a week ago.
when you're in the 34 defense, the thing that is really important is that you react to the ball. You'll see Gary Cobb, number 50, come all the way from the backside, come into your picture. Great lateral speed. That's what really makes the 34 defense successful.
Bell got only one. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Bills from their own 35-yard line. Split backs in the backfield now. Cribbs in motion. Ferragamo. Incomplete. Almost a great grab. Butler went to reach behind him and almost came up with it, Dave.
He looked as if he almost had a catcher's mitt on there or something. He reached behind him and almost pulled that ball out. But they have got to get the ball to Jerry Butler. He has not had many catches in the last 2 weeks. You'll see him reach way behind him. Actually almost stopped an interception. Could have stopped an interception because the defender, number 46, Herman Edwards, was really in good position.
Pass behind him. Ferragamo has struggled. 120 completions, 228 attempts coming into today's game. 4 touchdowns, but 14 interceptions. Butler wide to the left. Eric Richardson into the game. Along with Reed, they're set to the right side. Shotgun. 3rd down play. Complete. It'll be close to the 1st down as Richardson makes the grab right at about the 44-yard line. Roynell Young wrestles him to the turf. Let's see where they mark it. It'll be close to 1st down yardage.
Oh, it is going to be close because he got nothing once he caught the ball. He was not able to fall forward for that extra yard that they needed. It is really going to be a close measurement.
Bills need the yardage to keep their drive alive. They began on their own 20. Picked up 1 first down and bidding here for the 2nd. It'll be close.
And Tom, already Buffalo has come out and established bringing those backs out of the backfield. That's what worries Marion Campbell the most, is those backs coming out, flaring out of the backfield and getting those little dunk passes.
It'll be a 1st down for Buffalo. Hank Bulla, who took over from Kay Stevenson when the latter was fired. And Hank Bulla's a tough coach, isn't he? The players seem to have responded well.
They like him. I asked Hank, I said, have you mellowed since last week's win? He said, ask my wife, and she had a comment that said that his attitude never changes, is always terrible.
Marion Campbell, of course, with the Eagles. They've won 2 in a row and 3 of their last 4. 1st down for the Bills. Ball at their own 44-yard line. Cribbs. Looking for room, can't find much. Gets a couple of yards. Herman Edwards comes up from the corner to stop him. They didn't let Cribbs get outside that time.
No, they didn't, but Tim Vogler really threw a good block on that play. He let out there, and whatever Cribbs got, he got with the help of Tim Vogler, number 65, who's their right guard, I should say. They have got to establish a running game early.
Joe Cribbs, who spent 4 years with Buffalo, he was their leading rusher each of those years, 3 times, in fact, over 1,000 yards. He was AFC Rookie of the Year in 1980, 3-time Pro Bowl selection, and as you see, trails only the great O.J. Simpson, who's way ahead in Bills' career yardage. Cribbs back from the USFL. 2nd and 7 for the Bills. Cribbs in motion. And Reed just took off downfield. Now he gets back. Flags will fly. Ferragamo completes it to Cribbs, but it's going to come back.
Tom, that was an interesting play. Number 83, Reeves, was offsides. He cannot hear the count. That's what he's signaling out there. I can't hear the snap count. He took off and ran downfield about 6-7 yards, but he had the opportunity to get back. Had Ferragamo been able to see him and allowed him to get back, he could have gotten back and not had the penalty.
Penalties have been a sore point for the Bills this season.
2 men moving at the same time.
Ben Bright, the official, 2 men moving at the same time, to say the least.
Yeah, there he is. I can't hear the signal. I just can't. There's a large crowd here. There's 60-some thousand, as you said. It's going to be hard to hear those snap counts from the wide-out positions.
So the 5-yard penalty sets up a 2nd and 12 situation for Hank Bulla's Bills. And the penalties have really hurt them throughout the season.
Oh, it really has. They were averaging, I believe they're one of the top teams. You can see they're 4th in yards penalized. They're probably number 1 or 2 in the number of penalties.
Split backs, Bell and Cribbs in the backfield behind Ferragamo. On the draw play, Cribbs gets a couple of yards, not much more than that. Excuse me, Bell on the carry and didn't get much.
Well, there again is the reaction time, the quick reaction on that 34 defense. That's 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and those 4 linebackers react so quickly to the ball.
Eason Ramson, the tight end, comes out for the Bills. They get 3 wide receivers in the game, Butler, Richardson, and Reed.
And this is an interesting defense for the Eagles because they go to actually it's a 7-4. They have 7 deep defenders, and they have 4 linemen. It's all linebackers and corners and safeties out there.
3rd and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. Opening drive of the game. We're scoreless. 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. Ferragamo downfield. He's got a man wide open. He overshot him. Greg Bell was all by himself. Ferragamo couldn't get him the ball. He'd beaten Cooper.
He had beaten Cooper. It was an excellent throw by Ferragamo. What happened on the play is that Greg Bell started to stumble on the AstroTurf. He was looking back into the sun, but he really started to stumble. You may see it on the left part of your screen. You'll see Bell he'll come into your picture. You'll see how wide open he is now. Watch him start to stumble here. There's the stumble. You can see the sun is right in his eyes, but it was a good throw by Vince Ferragamo.
So Ferragamo was on the money. If he'd been able to keep his footing, perhaps would have been able to catch up to the ball. Instead, John Kidd is in punt formation for the Bills. Evan Cooper deep for the Eagles, looking for their first possession of the day. There are the figures on Kidd this year. This is a nice kick by Kidd. It'll say out of bounds. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be a good kick. It's going to back the Eagles way up to about their 5-yard line.
Oh boy, the crowd reacts to that kick. It's a coffin corner kick, the 5-yard line.
51-yard kick by Kidd. The Eagles will have the ball when we come back in just a moment. Scoreless in the first quarter. The Philadelphia Eagles backed up on their own 5. Here's the way they'll line up offensively. Jaworski coming off a career-high 380 yards passing against the Cowboys with Jackson, Haddix, Kenny Jackson, Quick, and Spagnola. And the offensive line, Reeves, Kenny, Dennard, Baker, and Mitchell. Quick is to the left, Jackson to the right. Jaworski, the quarterback, I formation behind him. Passes on first down. Knocked away and almost intercepted. Intended for Jackson, but Burrows got in there to knock it away. Good defense for the Bills.
It absolutely was. It was perfect timing. He jumped in front of Mike Quick. But it's interesting to see that Jaworski has so much confidence that he immediately started to pass.
Here's the defensive setup for the Bills. Williams, Smerlis, and Smith. Frazier, Marv, Haslett, their leading tackler, and Sanford. And in the secondary for Buffalo, Burrows, Romes, Freeman, and Bayless. The Bills have given up only 1 offensive touchdown in their last 8 quarters. Jackson and Quick wide to the left. Only 1 setback behind Jaworski. Pitches back to Jackson. Ernest Jackson tries the right side. Scrambles for a yard or 2. Not much more. Ben Williams, defensive end who had 8 tackles a week ago against Indianapolis, makes the hit for Buffalo.
Tom, I did this game last week with Buffalo, and they played with tremendous emotion on defense, and they've already started. You hate to say that there's a pivotal play, but this 3rd down, it's going to be 3rd down, about 8 yards to go. This is a big play for Buffalo already.
Will be 3rd and 8 from the Eagles' 7-yard line. Ron Johnson, Herman Hunter into the game for the Eagles. Spagnola comes out, so they take the tight end out. Get some wide receivers in. Hunter, one of the setbacks. 6 defensive backs into the game for the Buffalo Bills on this 3rd and 8 play. One of the Buffalo players might have been jumping offside prematurely. The pass is going to be intercepted by Romes or complete to Jackson. Let's see. It'll be Buffalo's ball. Romes intercepts, but now we'll check the flags.
Penalties will kill you in a game like this. This is an unbelievable penalty. It's almost inexcusable. Bruce Smith jumped offside. In his exuberance to get to the ball, he jumps offside and really turns a crucial play around for Buffalo. Now, I hate to say it, but you have to go on the ball, and that's something that Bruce Smith is going to learn. Now, there may have been a second flag on this. They may have called a holding call also.
Ben Dreith will sort it out for us. Right now conferring with several of the Buffalo players and one of his officials as well. Well, we saw a penalty kill a Buffalo drive offensively a minute ago. This could nullify an interception.
Defensive holding. Defense was offside. Offensive holding. Offset. We're going to play the down over.
Jaworski has great verbal language when he's out there. He has great voice inflection. He can draw a defensive line offside. Now, what he's doing is he come up there and he's yelling, "Hut!" Bruce Smith used to in practice seeing that all the time, snapping quickly, goes on sound, and doesn't go on motion. And watch, this is the interception by Romes. It's an excellent interception. He fights in there, gets position, and comes down with the ball. It could have been a real big play for Buffalo.
But offsetting penalties, and we'll play the down over. Again, it'll be 3rd down, 8 yards to go for the Eagles from their own 7-yard line. Scoreless game, first quarter, 9 minutes to play. Jaworski from the shotgun. And again, Buffalo appeared to be offside. Free play for the Eagles, incomplete, but again, Bruce Smith jumping offside.
Well, Bruce Smith has to learn that you go on sight. You go when the ball is snapped. You don't go on sound. And you heard Jaworski maybe in your background that time. Most teams go on two. And Jaworski came up there and he went hut, hut. When he made that second loud hut, you can see Bruce Smith jump offside. That's no man's land. He has to rush.
So it will be an offside call. They'll step off 5 yards against the Buffalo Bills. Their second penalty, total of 10 yards, but they've been crucial penalties. They killed a drive, and perhaps this will keep the Eagle drive alive. They'll face a 3rd and 3 now.
Well, big Fred Schmirlis is going to get in there and say, wait a minute, look out here. You got to listen a little better, Bruce.
Other scores, Denver is broken on top. Chicago trying to stay unbeaten, leading the Vikings. Washington in front of Cleveland. All first quarter scores. Here we're scoreless. 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. Again from the shotgun. Jaworski, incomplete. Coming out of the backfield, Hunter had a hand on it and was going to ramble for the first down, but couldn't hold it. And the Eagles will have to punt. Lucius Sanford, the linebacker, defending on the play.
Well, it was close to a one-handed grab. You can see Sanford there, number 57. And there's the pass. He almost brought that ball in. He'd run for a lot of yards.
Michael Horan in punt formation for the Philadelphia Eagles. Don Wilson deep for the Bills, standing on his own 45-yard line, averaging 12 yards per return. There's Horan in his own end zone. Almost over his head. He was able to bring it down. Horan kicks it, spiraling up. Fair catch called for and taken at about the 47-yard line by Don Wilson.
That was a very close to being an illegal fair catch signal. You have to completely raise your hand straight up and wave it back and forth. You can see how late he is here. He knows the defender's coming. There it is. Very, very close to being an illegal fair catch signal.
Goes into the books as a 41-yard punt with no return. Other scores. First quarter, St. Louis leading Houston 7-0. Tampa Bay in front of New England 7-0 in the first. And Indianapolis in front of Green Bay 7-0, all first quarter scores. Ferragamo on 1st and 10, screen to Cribbs. Across midfield into Eagle territory down to the 45. Reichenbach from a linebacker spot, able to make the hit, but Richer had a really good block to spring Cribbs for a good game.
Well, that's what their game plan today is, to get the ball to Joe Cribbs and Bell outside where they can get some running room. That's just like a long handoff is what it is. It's almost a lateral, but if they can get them one-on-one with a linebacker, they can be successful today.
7-yard gain on the screen to Cribbs. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the Eagle 46-yard line. First penetration into enemy territory for the Bills this afternoon. Butler and Reed set wide. This is Cribbs in motion. Ferragamo hands to Bell. Good yardage inside the 40 of the Eagles and a Buffalo first down. Grant the center, Richer the left guard. Good blocking up front as Bell gets first down yardage. Bell is the only player other than Tony Nathan of Miami to lead their team in both receiving and rushing.
Well, they say that's BC, though. That's before Joe Cribbs' emergence, but this is just a power play up the middle, and this is what Bell does so well. He sees the vision in the hole. You can see the little cutback there. He has great vision when he gets in the hole. In other words, he sees the diagonal hole, that hole that's off to his right or to his left.
4 carries, 13 yards for Bell so far this afternoon. First down, Buffalo, 39 of the Eagles. Ferragamo to pass. Complete. Butler out of bounds and a first down. Butler beat Roynell Young, and the Bills keep their drive alive. A 19-yard strike to Butler.
Tom, it's really interesting when you play down that line. A center is probably the most abused person. There's Will Grant, number 53. He has to snap the ball. He has to stay in front. He's getting thrown around, and he gives a lot of time. He's blocking against a good nose man, Ken Clark, number 71. But look at the out move by Butler and the cushion and respect that Roynell Young gives him. He gives him a lot of room.
Ferragamo off to a good start. He's hit 4 of his first 6 for 46 yards. First down, Buffalo at the Philadelphia 18. Reed in motion. Pitch to Bell. Cribbs blocking. Bell gets across the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Good block by Cribbs, and that's one thing that really stood out in the win over Indianapolis a week ago.
Absolutely. Joe Cribbs, everybody knows about his running. He's got great figures, but the thing that you want to test him by is how well he blocks. Look at number 20 come out there. Now you'll see a cornerback come up there. That's the force. There's Cribbs. Knocks the cornerback, just turns him right around. That's Ray Ellis, the safety. It's a safety force, but he really did a job on him.
Cribbs goes out. 2 tight ends in the game for the Bills, Ramson and Metzlars. It'll be second down, 6 yards to go at the Eagle 14. Reverse. Reed got some blocking. Touchdown. Greg Bell with a good block. Reed on the reverse, a 14-yard score.
Well, Tom, prior to this game, Andre Reed had run 2 reverses. Now, every team scouts the other team. Number 83 is Andre Reed. Whenever a team reacts very quickly to your run like the Eagles do, it's an excellent call. It's a great call by a head coach to try and run that reverse because it actually just catches the team completely in a different flow. All of a sudden, you look around and he's gone back the other way.
Scott Norwood will be in to attempt the extra point. He has not missed this season. John Kidd is the holder. Norwood 9 for 9 in point after touchdowns. He is also 8 for 8 in the field goal department. And it's good. So the Buffalo Bills have broken on top. 6 minutes, 19 seconds to play in the first quarter. Buffalo leads Philadelphia by 7. The Buffalo Bills lead the Philadelphia Eagles 7-0. Not unusual. The Eagles have been outscored 41-9 in the first quarter so far this season. In fact, have not scored a touchdown in the first period.
Well, it's now 48-9.
Right, 48-9 after the touchdown for the Bills. Herman Hunter, safety, as Scott Norwood tees it up for Buffalo. Norwood hits it. It's going to be short. Taken by Hunter at the 13. Straight up the field to about the 25-yard line. Darryl Talley on the stop for the Buffalo Bills. Let's go back after that 11-yard return and see the touchdown by Reed on the reverse.
Well, Tom, you have to have backside containment. Gary Cobb misses his assignment. He's got backside containment. It caught the Eagles completely in a flow. They were all flowing to what they thought was a sweep. And all of a sudden, Andre Reed, number 83, just came back around. It's a good call. Very good call.
Kenny Jackson and Mike Quick, the wide receivers for Ron Jaworski. Jaworski is rejuvenated in his career. This season, he has really come back since being reinserted in the lineup by Marion Campbell. Ernest Jackson gets the call. Fred Smerlas, the nose tackle for Buffalo, covers him after a short gain. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Philadelphia Eagles and the National Football League is prohibited. 2-yard gain on the last play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Philadelphia Eagles. They trail the Bills 7-0, 5:40 to play first quarter. Quick sets up wide left, split backs in the backfield, Haddix and Jackson. Jaworski. Premature movement in the Eagle line. That'll cost him 5 as Smerlas came across after Baker moved. The right guard, Baker, apparently back into pass blocking too soon.
False start, number 63, offense.
But if you watch that time, Fred Smerlas, number 76, you watched him. He went on the first movement. You go on offensive line movement or you go on ball movement. That's the only things you'll do. You see him to the left of your screen. See the offensive guard set up, and there's Smerlas just driving right on back. He's going on movement of the ball or the man.
Ron Baker called for the false start. 6'4", 274-pound offensive lineman, an 8-year veteran out of Oklahoma State. First penalty against the Eagles. It'll be 2nd and 13. The ball set back to the 22. Long count by Jaworski. Completes it to Haddix. Short of the 30-yard line. Guy Frazier, outside linebacker, up to make the stop, along with Jim Haslett, leading tackler for this Buffalo team. Other scores, Detroit in front of the Dolphins, 7-0. With Tampa Bay extending its lead over New England to 14-0. Ron Johnson in at a wide receiver for the Eagles. They get running back Ernest Jackson out. 6 defensive backs into the game for the Buffalo Bills. Bellinger and Johnson come in to complement that defense on a 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Jaworski completes it. Spagnuolo, first down. Philadelphia. Guy Frazier makes the stop, but Spagnuolo, who had a big day against the Cowboys a week ago, gets the first down reception.
Tom, John Spagnuolo is 6'4", 240 pounds. What a big target. And you can see he's one of the favorite receivers for, Jaworski. He just comes out off the line, swings, but goes back out, and you can see how clear he is. He's just such a big target. Jaworski will always go to him when he needs that little assurance of getting that extra yardage.
Spagnuolo's sixth leading receiver in the NFC. Running play to Jackson, doesn't get much. Eugene Marv, the inside linebackers for the Buffalo Bills, who had 41 tackles, fifth on the team coming into the game. Randall Cunningham, who is the rookie out of Nevada, Las Vegas, was a starting quarterback for a while, threw 8 interceptions. Coach Marion Campbell took him out of the lineup, reinserted Jaworski, and Jaworski has made the most of it. Jaworski benched until the second quarter of the fifth game of the season. Philadelphia had been outscored 80-35 to that time, but since Jaworski's return, they've outscored the opponent 67-24. 2 of 4 for 17 yards. Jaworski this afternoon. Plenty of time. Gets rid of it, short of the first down, complete to Mike Quick. Derek Burrows, the quarterback, right behind him to make the stop.
You know, it's really exciting for me to watch a game like this and watch a nose tackle like Fred Schmerlis, number 76. He is Mr. Everything on this defense. Watch how many times he gets hit. Look at the penetration. He never loses that leg strength. He's got the respect of the Eagles. He's got 2 players playing him all day long. He really is the enthusiasm of this Buffalo team.
Schmerlis comes out of the game, replaced by Don Smith, as the Eagles face a 3rd and 4. They have converted 1 of 2 on 3rd down so far in this game. 6 defensive backs for the Bills. From the shotgun, Jaworski lost it deep, incomplete. Intended for Ron Johnson, with Lawrence Johnson defending for Buffalo on the play.
And Tom, was an excellent defense by Lawrence Johnson, number 48. He's looking back at the ball. He has to play the eyes of the receiver. When that receiver looks back and you see his eyes get real big, he has to react to that. You can watch the tail end here. You'll see that he's watching the receiver. Now when that receiver looks back, he's just playing the receiver's arms. An excellent play. Very good play by Lawrence Johnson, number 48.
Forward and punt formation for the Eagles, with Don Wilson deep for the Buffalo Bills. There's Wilson, standing on his own 10-yard line. Second punt of the day for Horan, the left-footed kicker. Wilson retreats a step or 2, takes it at the 10. Gets upfield to about the 14, where the Eagles special teams able to make the stop. Reichenbach downfield to make the hit. 45-yard punt, 8-yard return. Bills lead by 7. E3, they lead here 7-0, 2.5 minutes first quarter. Ferragamo almost intercepted. It'll be ruled incomplete. Incomplete intended for tight end Eason Ramson, with Ray Ellis, the strong safety, getting a hand on it and knocking it down. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Tom, Ferragamo must have renewed confidence, come out here and pass immediately against this number 1 pass defense. He's got the confidence back in that initial drive.
Rich Carlos with a field goal. The Broncos up 10-0 on Kansas City. Chicago now 10-0 over Minnesota. And Atlanta out in front of Dallas, 7-0. Ferragamo, 2nd and 10 from his own 19. Reed in motion. Bell lost the handle. Loose ball. Looks like Bell got it back. He does. He just lost it right on the handle.
He certainly did. And the mark of a good running back is to concentrate on that ball. You know the defenders are going to hit you. You have got to concentrate on that ball. You've got to keep your eye on it, because the ball is going to take some odd bounces. You can see it bouncing here, but look at Bell's concentration on that ball. Knowing the defenders are coming in, he just has to concentrate and get that ball back. Could have been a crucial play.
Lucky bounce for Bell. The Bills retain possession. In fact, get a gain of a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9 with 1:40 to play in the first quarter. They've converted 1 of 2 third down situations thus far in the game. 7 defensive backs into the game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Spread formation for the Bills. Ferragamo across the middle, complete to Bell. He's got a first down and more. Nice move, almost to midfield. Craig Bell with a great run after the reception from Ferragamo. 28 8-yard gain. Evan Cooper makes the stop for the Eagles.
Well, we talked about Joe Cribbs, the other running back there, and he's a decoy on this play. He is drawing a crowd, too. Watch number 20 here draw the crowd. He's coming through. He's clearing out the zone. You'll see him come across here. There goes Bell the other direction, and Ferragamo finds Bell. We said that Ferragamo needed a little bit of time. He had to find Bell and Cribbs out of the backfield, and that's what he did on this play. And watch Bell just run over top of the defensive safety. Picks up another 8 yards.
Bell, the leading rusher and leading receiver on this Buffalo team. Ferragamo off to a good start. He's hit 5 of 8, 76 yards. Hand off to Cribbs. Finds running room. Puts a move on one man and comes up across the first down marker. Ken Jones with a good block to spring Cribbs, who gained about 10 yards on the play. Herman Edwards finally making the stop.
And Tom, all the emotion is swinging towards the Bills. The more their offense is able to drive, the better their defense will play. The better their offense can drive the ball, the more the players have confidence in Cribbs and Bell and, of course, Ferragamo.
10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And it looks like Buffalo will let the clock run down before they get a play underway. It's been all Buffalo here in the first quarter from Philadelphia, with the Bills leading by a touchdown and driving here as the first quarter comes to an end. That's the end of the first quarter of play from Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Buffalo Bills leading the Philadelphia Eagles.
When you're
lightly?
Well, you can't take any team lightly, and it looks as if the Eagles have. They are quite stunned by the emotion that this Buffalo team has played with. They are really fired up today. It's not the same Buffalo team that, of course, lost 6 games in a row.
Ron Jaworski off to a slow start for the Eagle offense. There are the first quarter stats. Bills with a big edge in rushing, in passing, in total yards, and in time of 7. Vogler out there as they set up, what was that, a sort of a little screen pass?
Yes, it's a look-off screen. What Ferragamo does is he drops back, he looks downfield to try to draw the defenders on the wide receivers, and then all of a sudden he dumps it back off the screen pass, lets his lineman get out in front of Bell, and Bell is a tremendous force once he gets the ball. We've all talked about, of course, the number of yards that he's had.
Hank Bulla perhaps trying to help out his quarterback Vince Ferragamo by devising some little short passes. 2nd and 3 for the Buffalo Bills, 34-yard line of the Eagles. Cribbs in motion. Ferragamo dumps it off again complete to Bell. Bell with good yardage to the 20, still moving out of bounds after another Bill first down.
And the fans here in Philadelphia don't like it. You can hear the boos because this Buffalo team is not supposed to be in this game, but they are running at will. They're passing, they're dumping the ball off, and they're playing a great football game so far.
20-yard gain on that one as Ferragamo dumped it to Bell.
Again, it's a little drop handoff. You can see the respect that they have for Bell. They give him a lot of room. Now watch Cribbs come in here and get a block. Boom, there's number 20. He is really, he's been a force. He hasn't had the great stats, but he really is a force.
Marion Campbell's defense reeling here under the attack for the Buffalo Bills. Greg Bell has caught 3 passes for 55 yards at the 16 of Philadelphia. First down for Buffalo. Bell all by himself out there and still gets a yard or 2 as the flags fly. Roynell Young bumped him out of bounds. Let's see what the penalty could be.
Well, there's only 1 or 2 penalties that can happen on this. It has to either be a holding call against Joe Cribbs on his block or else a face mask.
Looks like it's going to be against Buffalo, and again we see the penalties hurt the Bills. Other than the penalties, they've looked flawless here in the first part of the game.
They have. They've moved the ball very well. An interesting thing about Joe Cribbs is that he came in here out of the USFL, and everybody said, is he in good shape? When they ran him at practice,
Offense, holding number 20.
But when they ran him in practice, they said he was in unbelievable condition for having played the number of games he has and to have coming out of the USFL, trying to make it in the NFL, not playing, of course, in preseason.
Cribbs called for the holding that time for Hank Bulla's team. So the penalty sets the ball back to the 26. It'll be first down and 20. The Bills have been penalized 3 times for 20 yards. Bell out of the game. Metzlars and Ramson. Bell in the game. Cribbs is out. Metzlars and Ramson, 2 tight ends for Buffalo. Motion by Ramson. Again, a little short pass. Flags fly. Bell has it. He's going to throw a pass. It's going to be out of bounds. No good. Intended for Reed. It was the option pass by Bell, who just got it away as he was going down, but flags on the play. And again, it looks like it'll be against Buffalo.
Well, we talked about the impact that penalties have had on the Buffalo team. They had the ball first down on the 16-yard line, easily in field goal position, almost in...
Offensive holding, number 53, 10 yards, still first down.
Again, to make my point, you can see how far they've backed up as they've had 2 back-to-back holding calls. Now it's first down and about a half a mile to go.
Will Grant, the 8-year veteran from Kentucky, hauled for a holding, 10-yard penalty. 30 yards in penalties now against the Bills. The Eagles have been penalized only 5 yards. 14 and a half minutes to play in the first half, with Buffalo leading 7-0, but facing a 1st and 30 here.
Well, the yellow flag has been the best defender for the Philadelphia Eagles today.
Ferragamo. Complete to the 30. Reed wrestled down there. They'll still be way short of the first down yardage needed. Roynell Young made the stop for Philadelphia. Updating other NFL scores, Jets and the Seahawks scoreless at the Meadowlands. In the second quarter, Denver up 10-0. Detroit leading Miami now 10-0 in the second. Chicago 10-0 over Minnesota. Washington 14-0 at Cleveland. That's the first quarter score. And St. Louis 10-0 over Houston, also in the first quarter. Here in Philadelphia, Buffalo leads 7-0. Eagles 7 defensive players in the game, 7 defensive backs. And instead, the Bills go to the draw to Cribbs. Blockers in front, fights his way to the 20-yard line, but still short of the first down. Vogler out there leading the blockers for Cribbs, who got a pretty good game, but not quite enough. Ellis, the strong safety, coming up to prevent the first down being made.
But, Tom, it's good play selection by Vince Ferragamo. He didn't try to come back and try to throw the 30 or 40-yard bomb that would have a chance to be intercepted. He is trying to pick up 8, 10, 15 yards on each play.
See other scores from around the league. Indianapolis upping its lead on Green Bay in the first. Buffalo has a 3rd and 13. Ball placed on the 19-yard line of Philadelphia. Over the middle, complete inside the 10. I don't believe it'll be enough for the first down. Eric Richardson on the reception. Herman Edwards makes the stop. That's a cardinal sin for a receiver. You've got to get first down yardage.
Absolutely. You have to know where that flag is, so to speak, or that yard line marker on the side. You have got to pick up first down yardage. It's an interesting play because it's going to bring up a field goal try. You almost want to say to Hank Bullock, why don't you just try to pick up the 2 yards? But he's doing the safe thing, and that's picking up the 3 points. It will give him a 10-point lead, and for Mr. Norwood, it is just a chip shot.
26 yards for Norwood. He's 8 for 8 in the field goal department. He's the only perfect kicker in the AFC. Hasn't missed a field goal or a point after. Norwood's 26-yard field goal is good. And the Buffalo Bills have extended their lead over the Philadelphia Eagles 10-0. We'll be back in a moment. Norwood still perfect in the field goal department, 9 for 9. That one was only a 26-yarder to put the Bills on top, 10-0. Norwood with a little trouble with the tee. Ball fell off. Herman Hunter deep for the Eagles. Gets it back. Norwood, the USFL refugee, played for the Birmingham Stallions, the same team Joe Cribbs played for. Norwood hits it short. Taken by Hunter. Evades one tackler, tries to get outside, and doesn't reach the 20-yard line. Darryl Talley downfield for the Bills to make the stop after an 11-yard return by Hunter. Well, we told you Norwood perfect, but the streak almost came to an end.
It certainly did. The most important part of a kicker is the holder, and John Kidd just did an outstanding job there. He caught a ball that skittered along the ground, and Mr. Norwood's thankful because he's never missed a kick in the NFL.
There's Kidd, the holder, congratulating Norwood, the two combining for the 26-yard field goal to put the Bills up 10-0 with 12 and a half minutes to play, and the crowd of 60,000 stunned here at the Vet. The Eagle offense has shown nothing so far. Jaworski with a long count. Looks downfield. complete. Good defense. Quick was the intended receiver, but Freeman, the strong safety, with a hit just at the right time.
And Jaworski took too much time to pick up Mike Quick, number 82, out of the wide receiver spot. Quick was open really early, and Jaworski kept on watching him. You'll see him come to the top of your screen. He was open right there. That's his feet in the top of your screen. And all of a sudden, it gives the defender time to close. An excellent close by Freeman. He really came up hard, hit the ball, knocked the ball out.
Got some help from Bayless as well. Jaworski, 3 of 7 for 21 yards. 2nd and 10 here from his own 19. High formation in the backfield. Jackson and Haddix. Jaworski completes this one to Quick for an Eagle first down. Burrows, the linebacker, right with him, but the linebacker couldn't cover Quick, and he gets first down reception.
And that's exactly the same play. Jaworski that time threw it much quicker. There's Ted Marchibroda, who's the offensive coordinator for this Eagle team. But Jaworski threw it much quicker. You almost got the feeling that Quick went back there and said, hey, throw the ball to me a lot quicker. And watch Smerlis here. Owa's digging. Owa's rooting those feet in there. He's just driving back in there. Oh, boy.
Eagle first down on their own 34. Split backs for Haddix and Jackson. Jaworski hands to Ernest Jackson. Finds a little running room, gets 3 yards off the left side with Marv, inside linebacker, 4-year veteran out of Saginaw Valley State, coming up to make the stop.
The Eagles have got to get back to the basics, Tom. They have got to get back and establish something on offense. They can't panic at this time. And that man, Marion Campbell, who they affectionately call the Swamp Fox, he won't let them panic.
Ernest Jackson on that last carry. He is the number 1 ball carrier for the Philadelphia Eagles. Their number 1 rusher. 2nd down, 6 yards to go. The Eagles have not scored a running touchdown all season. 2nd and 6 from their own 38. Jaworski evades the rush and way overshoots the intended receiver, Kenny Jackson, who is open. Lucius Sanford coming from an outside linebacker spot on the blitz, able to apply the pressure, and Jaworski hurried it, missed his man.
Anytime that quarterback has to step up in that pocket and doesn't have time to plant his feet, he just does not have the rhythm to throw the ball. You have to almost readjust, and Jaworski just didn't have the time. Lucius Sanford put a lot of pressure on him that time. This Bills team is really coming off the ball quickly.
Other scores around the league. Denver, 17-0 now in Kansas City. 6 defensive backs into the game for the Buffalo Bills. 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. They trail 10-0. 11 minutes to play, 2nd quarter. Jaworski with a strike, complete to Ron Johnson, but shy of the first down. Lucius Sanford with a tough hit, preventing him from getting that first down yardage.
That's exactly the key in that play. Lucius Sanford, number 57, really put a hit on the receiver. He just caught him right on the marker, dumped him back. If he had fallen forward, it's a first down, and they continue the drive. But the Buffalo team is really playing inspired defense today.
So the Eagles have converted only 1 of 4 third down situations so far in the game. Horan into the game to punt for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's averaged 43 yards a kick on 2 punts thus far in the game. Don Wilson deep for Buffalo as Horan gets set to kick it away. Fair catch called for by Wilson, had to go back to get it, but did make the fair catch on his own 15-yard line. Horan with a 42-yard kick, no return. We'll be back to Philadelphia in a moment. The Bills lead 10-0. Buffalo Bills with a first down, leading 10-0, 10-14 to play in the 2nd quarter at Philadelphia. Burkett in motion, running play. They give straight ahead to Greg Bell. Reggie White makes the stop after a short gain. Now to Bob Costas at NFL 85.
All right, Tom, a Dolphin touchdown here. From the 19-yard line of the Lions, Dan Marino will find Joe Rose in the end zone. For Marino, his 12th touchdown pass of the season. That made it Detroit 10 and Miami 7 in the 2nd.
And here in Philadelphia, the Buffalo Bills, surprisingly, 10-0 over the Eagles. Ferragamo's having a great day. 9 of 12, 118 yards with 9.5 minutes left in the first half. He airs it downfield, overshoots his man. Butler, the intended receiver, had stopped in front of Edwards, but Ferragamo overshot him.
And Tom, the one thing that Vince Ferragamo does not want to do right now is get conservative. He's played excellent. His credentials there, 9 completions of 13 attempts, over 100 yards already passing. There's a big target for him. Butler, number 80, out of the wide out. He's wide open. It's just overthrown, but you just don't want to get conservative in this part of the game. They've come out and they've really controlled the ball.
Butler push off a little bit there, trying to get over.
Just a touch.
3rd and 7 for the Bills. They've converted 1 of 3 first downs so far in the game. 3rd downs, I should say. This one will be close to a first down. Completed pass. Ferragamo hits Reed. Let's see if he had enough for the first down.
Tom Andre Reed has been just non-existent the last 2 games. He's only had 1 reception in the last 2 games. Evidently, Buffalo saw that statistic, and they're going to go to him. It's a good catch by Reed. He has to go across his body. Look at that hand extension. Good concentration by a wide receiver. That's what really determines whether they ever become really great. It's that great concentration.
It is a Buffalo first down. The Eagles get Elbert Fowles out of the game. Roynell Young replaces him. Young was the starter at that left quarterback spot. From the 26, first down for the Bills. Reed in motion. Ferragamo hands the bell. Reverses his field, still in trouble, and is stopped right at the line of scrimmage, perhaps a loss of a yard. Wilkes and Griggs making the hit for the Philadelphia Eagles. Wilhite with a 3-yard touchdown run as Denver goes out 24-0 over the Chiefs. Detroit leading Miami and Pontiac 17-7. And the Bears have seen the Vikings move within 3. Ferragamo's Bills, 2nd and 9. They got a yard on that last play. Here's the give on the delay to Greg Bell. Hurdles a couple of tacklers and is knocked down at the 30-yard line. Anthony Griggs, inside linebacker. Ken Clark, the nose tackle, making the stop.
Ken Clark, number 71, is an excellent player, but you have to get rid of the block. You can't allow that center, Will Grant, number 53, to hold you. He has to be able to control. Now, Grant reaches out, and he's got him right there. That's what you call clamping down on him. You just can't get away. Look at that left arm yanking down the jersey. And there's the referee, number 57, just kind of missed that one.
Greg Bell has carried 8 times for 21 yards. Passing situation here. Shotgun formation. Way downfield, Ferragamo overshoots everybody by 30 yards. Was he trying to show us his arm or what?
It looked that way. Maybe he thought the wide receivers were too jammed and didn't have a chance. And rather than risk another interception, he just threw it long. But the big part of this game is that the Eagles are getting pressure on Ferragamo now. Number 71, Clark especially. This is a loop. He's timing it with the defensive end, and he comes around. You can see he's just about untouched. But Ferragamo has come out and he's thrown well, but this is the first time the Eagles have stopped the Buffalo team today.
So the Eagles with a good job on defense, and John Kidd is into punt for Buffalo. See that he is adept at placing that ball down deep. He put the Eagles back to their 5 earlier today. This is a long kick. Evan Cooper will chase it down at his own 15. Gets away from one man, looks for running room, and is blasted at about the 20-yard line. Lawrence Johnson quickly downfield on the special teams for Buffalo. 56-yard kick and a 5-yard return. We'll be back to Philadelphia in a moment. The Bills lead by 10. Buffalo's Vince Ferragamo has really struggled in his last 3 games. Less than 50%, but having a great afternoon so far and has put the Bills on top 10-0. Philadelphia Eagles with the possession now. Jaworski deep downfield intended for quick. Intercepted by Buffalo. Bayless came up with a tip ball, and they say he was out of bounds. They're going to say that he did not have possession, or are they going to mark it right there and give it to the Bills? They say
they're going to bring it back.
Bring it back. No interception.
Boy, very, very good play by Martin Bayless, number 43, to come up with that ball. But Jaworski did just about what I thought he would do, and that's go for the bomb. He has to do something to ignite this team.
Bayless did pick it off, but he did not have both feet in bounds. Derek Burrows had tipped the ball. Bayless, on the old tip drill, picked it off, but out of bounds, and the Eagles get a break.
Now here's the tip drill. See if we can see Bayless's feet. He'll come in the back of your picture. Now he's going to jump up. Now he realizes he's got to get both feet down. There's one. Oh boy, right on the line. You can see it just in the bottom of your picture.
Here's Ernest Jackson getting a big hole for Philadelphia, and a first down for the Eagles up across the 35. Flags fly. Let's go down to NFL 85 and Bob Costas.
All right, Tom, Detroit gets that Miami touchdown right back. Eric Hipple, playing hurt, finds Leonard Thompson over the middle. He burns through the Miami secondary to complete a 38-yard touchdown play, and they reestablish the 10-point lead at 17-7. Back to Philly.
And in Philly, the Eagles have come alive. They've just gotten a 16-yard run from Ernest Jackson with a face mask penalty tacked on to the end of it against Buffalo, and the Eagles have their best drive of the game going. Mark the ball at the Eagle 43-yard line. First and 10 with 6.5 minutes remaining, and Buffalo up 10-0. Ferragamo hands off, and Sanford is right there almost quickly enough to take the handoff. Ernest Jackson got it, and Sanford was all over him. Let's pause now briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is WGRZ TV2 Buffalo.
Tom Hammond and Dave Rowe, Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, where the Buffalo Bills lead the Eagles 10-0. 6 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the first half of play. It's been all Buffalo. The Eagles now facing a 2nd and 11 situation after that great play by linebacker Lucius Sanford. Ernest Jackson goes out. Herman Hunter replaces him in the Eagle backfield. Jaworski to pass. Threads the needle to Quick for a first down reception. He beat Freeman on the play, and Quick with a nice catch right at his knees for the first down.
But that's the exact same pass that we talked about that he took too much time to throw to. That quick turn in where Quick runs down about 15, 18 yards and turns quickly in. You can see his averages, 17, almost 18 yards per catch. That's the type of pass that Jaworski has to throw. It's a bullet. As you said, he threads the needle in between the coverage. He knows exactly where Quick is going to be.
And that was a pretty typical reception for Quick. A gain of 16 yards on the play. He's caught 3 passes for 35 yards so far in the game. Jaworski didn't like what he saw, that stunning Buffalo defense, and he calls for the first timeout taken by Philadelphia here in the first half. He'll go to the sideline to talk it over, and we'll take a break. Timeout at the Vet in Philadelphia with the Bills leading the Eagles 10-0. The Buffalo 42. Handoff is to Haddix. He's met immediately by Bruce Smith, the defensive end, and Lucius Sanford, the outside linebacker.
And there were 9 players in on that tackle in that general area as he took the ball, as Haddix took the ball and jumped through there. There were 9 players in that pile. That's how quickly Buffalo is reacting to the ball.
Seahawks have broken the deadlock in New York. They lead the Jets 7-0. Second quarter, Denver 24-7 over Kansas City. St. Louis continues to lead Houston. 5 defensive backs in for the Bills, 2nd and 11 for Philadelphia. Hunter, along with Jackson and Quick, as Jaworski retreats. Completes the pass. It'll be short of the first down. Reception by Quick. He got up to the 35-yard line of Buffalo before Lawrence Johnson came up from a corner spot to make the hit on him, and it'll be short of the first down. Other scores, Atlanta still leads Dallas, 10-7 the count now in the second quarter. Tampa Bay 14-6 over New England. And Indianapolis 17-7 over the Green Bay Packers. Third and 3 from the 35. They've converted 1 of 4 third down situations so far in the first half. Jaworski from the shotgun. Quick has a first down, flags down, Quick down at the 20. Charles Romes made the stop, but not until they had enough for the first down. Let's see what the penalty could be. Still some question about it, evidently. Here's Ben Dright.
He's calling a push-off. It's offensive interference on Mike Quick, number 81. Excuse me, number 82. He felt that
offense number 82, offense interference, 82.
When he came down on that out pattern, evidently he pushed off on Charles Romes, number 26, the cornerback.
Well, Romes went by quickly. I thought perhaps he had gone for the interception and not gotten it, but Quick gave him a little help on the push.
Evidently he did, because they called it against Quick. That's a penalty that you don't often see, because the wide receiver is so concentrating on the ball, he doesn't have the chance to do that type of a move on it.
Well, that penalty really hurt. They would have had a first down. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 13 for the Eagles. The ball back to the Buffalo 45. Jaworski rolls to his left. Throws back intended for Spagnola, but that play was a bust from the start as the Bills got great pressure on Ron Jaworski. Sean McNanny was really coming from that end spot, and Jaworski never had a chance.
One thing that Marion Campbell said that really bothered him was the stunning defenses, and that time the Bills came with an all-out blitz up the middle and flushed Jaworski out. He had to run out. He realized he had nowhere to go, just had to get rid of it rather than take the big loss, and he just dumped it off to the outside there, just trying to not to take that large 15, 18-yard loss.
4th down for the Eagles. Michael Horan, you see his average 42.3. Don Wilson, deep for Buffalo, stands at his own 10. Horan's longest has been 45 this afternoon. Angling for the coffin corner. It'll hit out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at about the 12 or 13-yard line of Buffalo. So Horan sends it out of bounds and backs Buffalo up. But the Bills with that 10-0 lead, less than 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. 32-yard punt out of bounds at the 13 of Buffalo. Hope you'll stay with us at halftime. NFL 85 with Bob Costas, Ahmad Rashad, and Pete Axtell. Bring you up to date on all the scores from around the National Football League today.
If the Eagles want to get back in this game, they have to use their timeouts here, and they have to hold Buffalo deep in this territory so they can at least get a chance for a field goal before halftime.
Ferragamo's going to put it in the air. Little short completion to Cribbs. Blockers in front. Squirts forward about 9 yards on the play. Short of the first down, but not by much. Reichenbach makes the stop. The Cribbs had the blockers in front and used them to good advantage and managed to get up close to the first down territory. It'll be close to the marker, and they're going to call timeout to take a look at it.
Well, he stumbled for about 6 or 7 yards. You can watch him here now. You'll see him coming out of the backfield again. We talked about the flare passes. There's the offensive lineman out in front of him, and he starts to stumble here, and you'll see he stumbles for about 4, 5, maybe almost 6 yards there. Some good blocks there. It was won by Jim Richard, number 51.
The measurement shows it to be just inches shy of the first down. So Buffalo will have a second down and just inches to go from their own 22. 2:41 remaining in the first half, and Buffalo leading 10-0.
And Tom, this is usually the favorite position for a quarterback to throw that bomb, so to speak, to throw a long play, because you can almost always pick up that first down on third down with a running play.
Will they do it here with a 10-0 lead and time running out in the first half?
I don't believe they will. I think they are playing well. I just don't think they should gamble right now.
They do not gamble. They give it on the ground to Cribbs, and he gets the first down on good second effort. He fought off 2 tacklers and got the first down. Joe Cribbs showing us why he is such a great asset to this Buffalo offense.
He is certainly an asset to this team. Most running backs would have been stuck back in the backfield, but he picked up the first down.
We're approaching the 2-minute warning here in Philadelphia. As the clock ticks down to the 2-minute mark, we'll have the 2-minute warning with Buffalo leading Philadelphia 10-0. That's the Diamond Vision here at the Veterans Stadium. Who is that guy anyway?
I don't know, but I'll be NBC and you can be this guy.
Well, we know who that guy is. It's Vince Ferragamo, and he is off to a great start with that potent backfield combination of Bell and Cribbs. They've done it all today, rushing and passing. Ferragamo puts it in the air, complete to Cribbs, gets back on his feet and gets another couple of yards. Anthony Griggs covers him, but Cribbs fell down making the reception, able to scramble for a couple of more yards.
And all of a sudden, the Bills have moved out almost to the 40-yard line, and they're saying, wait a minute, you know, with 1:44, we may be able to get in field goal position. Let's go over and talk this out.
So other than just killing the clock, they're really going to go for perhaps some more points, looking to extend that 10-0 lead. Timeout, 1:44, first half. Some conference on the Eagle sideline. The Eagle defense allowing only 104 points coming into the game, 114 now, but they were second in the National Football League in points allowed. Meanwhile, Hank Bullough's Buffalo Bills have seen that offense continue to produce points. They really enjoyed Joe Cripps back in the lineup against Indianapolis a week ago, taking up right where they left off here at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Reed in motion. Ferragamo hands to Cribbs. Nice move by Cribbs. He gets another Bill first down. Richer and Jones, the left guard and tackle respectively, springing Cribbs for a good gain. First down yardage. Reichenbach makes the stop, but the Buffalo drive continues as we come inside the minute-and-a-half mark.
And if they want to get in field goal position, they've got to pick up about 30 yards. That's all they want to do, because if they pick up 25 to 30 yards, they're in Scott Norwood's range.
Norwood, remember, perfect. Already has a field goal in this game. Has not missed this season. Ferragamo had plenty of time. No one open. He just threw it away. Bell was the intended receiver, but I believe Ferragamo just threw it out of bounds.
And he was fortunate that he did throw it away, because Gary Cobb, number 50, stepped right in front of Bell and could have run down the sideline for a touchdown.
Clock stopped, as you saw. Minute 7 remaining in the first half. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Buffalo from the 44.
You'll see Gary Cobb, number 50, come in your picture. Had that ball been a little bit lower, he'd have been down the sideline, and we've been tooting up the band.
Updating the figures on Ferragamo. As you look at the defense of the Eagles, there's Ferragamo. He's hit 12 of 18, 143 yards in the first half. Completes this one in traffic to Eason Ramsden, his tight end. Short gain on the play. Cobb is on the stop for the Eagles. Ferragamo will go without a huddle. Be 3rd and 5 for the Bills. 50 seconds remaining. And they will have a huddle as the clock continues to roll.
But one thing he does not want to do here, Tom, is make a mistake. He doesn't want to throw an interception. If he picks up the 20 yards, great. They get a field goal position, try. But if he doesn't, the worst they want to do is go 10-0 into the halftime.
3 of 6 third down conversions for the Bills. Plenty of time. Ferragamo for a moment, and then the pocket caves in as Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, pounced on Ferragamo.
Well, you call it the pocket just collapsed on Vince Ferragamo. Rather than make that mistake, he decided just to take the ball down. And there's number 91, the Minister of Defense. I believe he is
Philadelphia.
He's an ordained minister.
Timeout.
He didn't show any sermon on that one. He just came roaring in there.
Reggie White, the All-American out of Tennessee, Southeastern Conference Player of the Year and late of the USFL.
Now, a quarterback has to get the ball off in 2.4 to 2.6 seconds. You can see Ferragamo looking around. There's the collapse of the pocket. That was a good blocks by his offensive lineman. They gave him a lot of time, but he just took, rather than throw the interception or make the mistake, he just ate the ball, so to speak.
So the Eagles, in anticipation of getting the ball, call a timeout with 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Bills had a drive going for a while, started at their own 13, but it stalls, and with not much time remaining, the Eagles and Ron Jaworski will get another chance. John Kidd has averaged 53 yards a punt for the Bills so far this afternoon. Great kicking by Kidd. You see his longest was 55. Evan Cooper is deep for the Eagles.
And here come the Eagles. They've got 10 men up rushing this ball. They think they can get a chance to block this punt.
Kidd gets it away. Cooper takes it at the 17. Out of bounds at the 25. And with 15 seconds left, the Eagles will have time for a play or two. Jim Perryman forcing Cooper out of bounds after a 42-yard kick and a 9-yard return by Evan Cooper.
Well, we talked about Ferragamo not making a mistake, but conversely, Ron Jaworski, number 7, has got to make something happen. He has got to get his offense rolling. To throw for 380 yards last week and to have the statistics that he has this week, it's unbelievable. This Buffalo team has completely shut down the Eagles today.
There you see the figures on Jaworski, who is Sports Illustrated Offensive Player of the Week for his performance against the Dallas Cowboys, a career-high 380 yards. 5 defensive backs in for the Buffalo Bills. Jackson, Johnson, Quick, all wide receivers for the Eagles. Jaworski airs it out downfield, lofts it way up for grabs. Knocked loose and incomplete with 7 seconds left. Charles Romes was the man that knocked it away for Buffalo.
Now, I know that doesn't look like a planned play, but that is a tip play. What you try to do is you try to loft the ball high up in the air. You have 1 or 2 of your wide receivers go up and try to knock the ball off. Then you have another wide receiver who's just playing the tip. He's waiting for the bounce of the ball, so to speak. He's standing down there waiting for that tip. Maybe he might be able to get it in good field position. But there's a man who designed that play. That's Ted Marchibroda. Of course, he had great success with the Baltimore Colts as their head coach.
A little beleaguered here in Philadelphia, though, and Sid Gilman was brought onto the staff the last few weeks to be the quarterback coach. Sid Gilman, 74 years old yesterday, and has helped Juan Jaworski. Jaworski says that Gilman has really got him operating well, at least until the first half today, when the Eagle offense has struggled. Same play, same result. Incomplete as time runs out. So the gun sounds to end the first half of play, as the Buffalo Bills have really dominated the first half of action here at the Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. And I believe the crowd of 60,000, in addition to the Eagle team themselves, really stunned by the excellent play of Buffalo in the first half.
They are stunned. This is a very knowledgeable crowd. They really get into the emotion of a game. When they play well, they cheer like very few other crowds in the NFL. And when they don't play well, this crowd can become just an enemy to you. They are stunned by the play of the Bills. Nobody thought that the Bills would come in here and play like they have today, Tom.
Except for a few penalties here and there. Buffalo's first half was nearly flawless. We should point out, though, that Philadelphia has been a second-half team.
They certainly have. They have outscored their opposition immensely in the third and fourth quarters. We talked about the statistic where they don't score in the first quarter, but they are stunned in their locker room. They're going to regroup. They're figuring out what is going to work in the second half, and they have got to come out and establish certain things. They've got to be able to drive the ball 40 or 50 yards.
And the Buffalo offensive game plan has worked to perfection. The little short passes to Cribbs and to Bell that we talked about earlier have been working very, very well.
Well, we talked about no one being able to cover Bell and Cribbs as a linebacker position, and they haven't done it yet today.
So that's the end of the first half of play at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, with the Buffalo Bills surprisingly leading the Philadelphia Eagles 10-0 at halftime. Tom Hammond and Dave Rowe with you, and a surprise indeed in the first half. We said before the game that the team that got that offense cranked up first would take command of the game. That's exactly what's happened for Buffalo. They played a near flawless first half, except for a couple of penalties.
They certainly did. They came out, they established a running game, and they established a passing game. And look at that total yardage. Look what their defense has done. 89 total yards for an Eagles team that passed against the Dallas Cowboys last week for over 380 yards.
Well, we talked about the addition of Joe Cribbs to the Buffalo offense. Can one man make that much of a difference?
Well, it takes a lot of strain off of Greg Bell, who has, prior to this Joe Cribbs coming back, I should say, Greg Bell carried the ball 132 times. The next closest receiver had carried it about 10 or 12 times. So that's the impact that Joe Cribbs can have. He can come in and really take the pressure off of Greg Bell.
And, of course, I guess the game plan has really helped out Vince Ferragamo. He'd been struggling, but with Cribbs in the backfield, he's been able to get it to Cribbs and to Bell on the little short passes. It ups his completion average and really has made the offense go.
Well, we talked a lot about getting the ball out wide to Cribbs and wide to Bell, and that's what he did. He was able to flare him out of the backfield and drop the ball off. This is the touchdown play. Now, this is a reverse. You'll see the quick reaction by the Eagles. Everybody's running to the ball. Andre Reed, number 83, on a reverse, and you can see the pickup of the block. There's number 70, Joe Devlin, picking up a good block. Another good block there, and Andre Reed, of course, scores.
So 14 yards on the reverse. Andre Reed, the only touchdown of the first half of play. The Bills also had a field goal as Norwood continued his perfect string. What about defensively? It seems like the stunning Buffalo defense has given the Eagle offense a lot of problems.
It has. It's taken the Eagles out of their game plan. They play a game where they need to know exactly where people go. Marion Campbell told me yesterday that Hank Bulla is a gambling defensive coach. He's a former defensive coach with several teams, Baltimore and, of course, the New England Patriots. And he said the thing that bothers him is that Hank is known as a stunning defensive coach, and he's totally mixed up his plays. You can see the linemen jumping back and forth in position, Smerlis and Smith, and, of course, they're just really confusing the Eagles' offensive blocking schemes.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles have been a second-half team throughout the season, and we'll see if they can get it cranked up here in the second frame. Marion Campbell certainly hopes so. His Eagles came into the game 3-4 and third in the NFC East. Just one game back of the Giants and 2 games back of Dallas, whom they defeated a week ago. Norwood set to kick off for the Bills.
And that's the only thing that's happened to Norwood today wrong, is that the ball has fallen off the tee twice. He sets the ball a little bit different. Look how high up he sets the ball. He's a soccer-style kicker, of course, and really gets underneath the ball.
and is going to get a little help from Charles Romes, who will put his finger on it to hold it for him. Norwood sends it on its way. Taken by Hunter, just 1 yard deep in the end zone. He comes out with it. Herman Hunter stops shy of the 20 at about the 18-yard line, where the Eagles will put it in play with a first down. Dean Prater, defensive end on the special teams, down to make the stop after a 19-yard return by Hunter.
And look at the enthusiasm that Jaworski's coming in, clapping his hands. He wants this offense to realize that they have got to get going. They've got a lot of confidence in Ron Jaworski.
Ron Jaworski, who grew up in Lackawanna, New York, not too far from Buffalo. Meanwhile, the Buffalo defense has been tough of late. Allowed 1 offensive touchdown in the last 10 quarters, including the first half here. Give to Haddock straight ahead. First play of the second half is a run straight ahead for a yard or 2. Give him about 3 or 4, in fact, on the play. Eugene Marv, inside linebacker for Buffalo, with help from Lucius Sanford with the hit.
They went right at Smerlis, Smerlis number 76 in there. They're running right at him. They realize that that's the strength of their team, and they have got to get back and establish something. But I'll guarantee you, Fred Smerlis will be in on his share of the tackles.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Ball on their own 23-yard line. Jaworski to pass. Complete. Quick has it for a first down. Marv again on the stop for Buffalo, but Quick has another first down reception. One thing the Buffalo Bills have done is shut down John Spagnola, but it's been Quick, the primary receiver for Jaworski this afternoon.
And you can see a bullet by Jaworski there right into Quick's hands. They have come out. They have got to get something going. They realize they've got to go to the people that the so-called take them to the dance, and that's the Quick and Spagnola, and get that ball to their wide receivers. Kenny Jackson's been quiet today.
Good figures for Quick on the afternoon, the only Eagle receiver to get much done. Pitch back to Jackson. Reverses his field, now straight ahead. Gain of about 3. Marv, again, has been very active to start the second half. Gets credit for the tackle. Marv, out of Saginaw Valley State, a 4-year veteran, 6'2", 240 pounds.
Now there's the signal. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's the signal from the backup quarterback, Randall Cunningham, who's relaying a call from the coach.
And there is the coach, Marion Campbell, with Ted Marchibroda. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. We played 2 minutes of the second half. Buffalo leads 10-0. Quick in motion. Jaworski complete the Quick, flags down. It'll be short of first down yardage. Burrows, the cornerback on the stop for Buffalo.
And it was a very late flag. It could be an interesting call on this because it was not at the snap of the ball.
Here's Ben Wright. It's going to go against the Philadelphia Eagles, and that will nullify a good gain on the play. Marion Campbell's had his problems all day long.
Illegal use of the hands on number 74. 10-yard penalty, and it's 2nd down.
There's Leonard Mitchell, the right tackle, 6'7", 295 pounds, 5-year veteran from Houston, guilty of holding.
I stood next to him yesterday. I couldn't believe it. I'm a pretty big person, 6'7", but he is huge, 295 pounds, and with his equipment, he probably weighs about 310 pounds.
Penalties on the day. Bill Still has been assessed more, 35 yards to 25 for the Eagles. Jaworski has Hunter in the backfield as Jackson goes out. Kenny Jackson, Mike Quick, the wide receivers. Spagnola is in there as well. Fumble on the snap, flags down. Covered by Jaworski.
But Jaworski, again, used that voice inflection. He comes up there, and he's got that great voice control. He comes up with that first call, and he goes, hut. The second one, he goes, hut. And then he doesn't snap the ball, and it drew the Buffalo team offside.
Also fooled his center, Dennard, it appeared.
Number 78.
But what happened, Dennard?
2nd down.
Dennard snaps the ball. The minute he sees one of the defenders jump offside, he snaps the ball because they have the ability, if they get into that neutral zone, they can get back onside. So he snaps the ball. The minute he sees the jump, and you'll see it here, when he sees the jump, there's the jump, now he snaps it. And it did fool Jaworski because he's not expecting it, but picks up 5 yards for him.
Smith, guilty of encroachment. 2nd and 12 now for the Eagles. Jaworski's pass knocked away, intended for Jackson. Good defense. Charles Romes and Derek Burrows. Double coverage, and they knocked it away.
It was double coverage, but Jaworski has gone to that pass. It's been successful for him 4 or 5 times to Quick. It's what they call a turn-in. He runs about 16 to 18 yards and turns hard to his left, And look at the double coverage on him. He was well covered. There's Charles Romes in there, and also, let's see, that was Burroughs, I believe, 29.
Romes and Burroughs knocking it down as Jackson was the intended receiver on the turn-in. Dennard, the center for the Eagles. Kenny and Baker, the guards. Reeves and Mitchell, the tackles to start the second half. They've converted 1 of 5 third down situations so far this afternoon, and the Bills get 6 defensive backs in the game on 3rd and 12. Pressure. Jaworski hit. Ball loose. Covered by Buffalo. Let's see if it's a fumble or an incomplete pass. It will be Buffalo's ball. They recover the fumble.
And Jaworski got hit at the most critical time. Anytime a quarterback is setting back there and gets hit in that throwing action, he can tear all kind of muscles. He had tremendous pressure from the backside. Jim Perryman, number 23, blitzed him, and there's great concern here whether Jaworski could possibly be hurt. He rolled around the ground and looked as if he may have been hurt.
Perryman got him with a shot right in the ribs to knock the ball loose, and then Don Smith recovered the fumble for Buffalo. It looked like several Philadelphia players thought it was an incomplete pass and just stood around. Watch.
Now there's the throwing action. I'll never forget Greg Cook, great quarterback for Cincinnati, got hit in that same position and never came back to play, Tom.
Now watch the ball go loose. And finally covered by Don Smith. Big break for the Buffalo Bills. Good defense by Perryman on the blitz. The Bills have it at the 28 of Philadelphia. First down. Cribbs shows motion. Ferragamo hands to Bell. Threads his way through traffic and gets a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. Will Grant and Jim Richard, the center and left guard, opening a hole for Cribbs, who gets a gain on the play of about 6.
This offensive line of Buffalo has been under a lot of pressure because a lot of people are saying they're getting old. Maybe today they're just going to say we're going to get better, but they are opening holes there. They're controlling probably the strength of this Eagles defense, and that's the front linemen.
Jones, a 10-year veteran. Richer, a 6-year veteran. Grant, 8 years. Volger, 7. Devlin, 9 across the front line for the Buffalo offensive unit. Ferragamo wide open. Butler couldn't handle it. Cribbs it was out of the backfield. Cribbs had a hand on it, but he was hit just as the ball got there and couldn't hold on. Wes Hopkins and Roynell Young really pounding Cribbs, and he couldn't hold on to the ball.
And that was a timing pattern. Again, Cribbs made his move a little bit late. He didn't have time to completely turn around and see the ball in. He just caught the tail end of that pass coming into him.
Tight end Eason Ramson out of the game. Eric Richardson in at a wide receiver to replace him. Bills now have Butler, Richardson, and Reed in the game as Jaworski paces the Eagle sideline. His Eagle offense has been ineffective so far. They've converted 3 of 6 third downs. They are 3rd and 4 here. Ferragamo's pass is complete. First down yardage to Greg Bell out of the backfield. Evan Cooper trying to cover Bell, but again, he is the leading receiver even though he's a running back, and makes the first down reception.
Well, Greg Bell that time proved why he is the leading receiver on this team. And that's why Vince Ferragamo goes to him so consistently. He catches the ball tremendously out of the backfield. Great concentration, looks the ball all the way in, and rarely does he mess up and just drop a ball. He really is a great receiver out of the backfield.
Has caught 4 passes for 62 yards this afternoon. First down for Buffalo on the Eagle 13. Reed in motion. Pitch to Bell. Gains a couple. Eason Ramson from the tight end with a pretty good block, but Greg Brown, defensive end. Wes Hopkins up from the free safety, combining to stop Bell after a short gain.
Well, I know you never run 2 reverse plays in a row, but the way the Philadelphia defense is flowing to the ball, every one of their defenders is right with the ball. It almost looks as if it's too good to believe, but a reverse again would work. If he came backward reverse, it may go all the way for a touchdown again.
The Bills scored a touchdown on a 14-yard reverse to Andre Reed in the first half. Hank Bulla on the sideline for the Bills. 2nd and 7 for his team. They lead 10-0. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Reed is in motion. Hand off to Cribbs. Blockers in front. Good pursuit by Philadelphia. Reichenbach somehow penetrated and put the pressure on Cribbs and able to stop him. Gain of a yard or 2.
Well, you know, you say stop him, Tom. They did stop him, but they stopped him for about a 3 or 4 yard gain. 2 or 3 yards, I should say. It's going to bring up a big position right here. They're going to be 3rd down, about 4 yards to go. It's a run or pass situation. Philadelphia cannot gear their defense to play pass because it's an either-either situation.
Cribbs is out of the game, and Chris Burkett, a wide receiver, is in to replace him. Cribbs on the sideline for Buffalo. Greg Bell, the only setback behind Ferragamo. 3rd and 4. Handoff, touchdown, Reed.
And Vince Ferragamo is the reason that touchdown is scored. He read a safety blitz. Philadelphia had 10 men up on the line of scrimmage. They brought everybody on the play. Ferragamo read the blitz, immediately dumped the pass off to Reed. Touchdown.
Just a little short dump to Andre Reed, who has scored both touchdowns this afternoon. And Marion Campbell's team is reeling. After the fumble recovery, Buffalo takes it in. A little short pass to Reed, who threaded his way into the end zone. Reed has caught 3 passes for 20 yards. He scored both touchdowns today. Scott Norwood will attempt to tack on the extra point. John Kidd is the holder. We saw him do a good job on a bad snap on the field goal that was made earlier. Norwood has hit 10 of 10 extra points this season. Make it 11 for 11 as he puts Buffalo out in front now by a score of 17-0. We'll be back to Philadelphia in a moment. The Buffalo Bills, after recovering a Ron Jaworski fumble, take it 28 yards to score the touchdown and go on top 17-0 on the Philadelphia Eagles. Norwood set to kick it deep to Hunter. Hunter takes it at his 3. Hit one time, bounces off, still going. Gets to about the 15-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. Jim Perryman pushed him out there. Let's see a touchdown again as Ferragamo read the blitz and got the short one to Reed.
Now you can see the number of men. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll see another 1 or 2 come from the outside. Ferragamo sees the blitz, drops it to Andre Reed, touchdown.
The much maligned Vince Ferragamo throwing his 5th touchdown pass of the season against 14 interceptions, but he's had a good game today. Ferragamo has put the Bills on top 17-0. From their own 16, the Eagles have to get something going. 1st and 10 here, 8:50 to play 3rd quarter. Jaworski knocked away and almost intercepted. Martin Bayless had a chance to pick it off, and they had good coverage again in the Bills secondary.
And Tom, it really surprises me why they have not gone to Kenny Jackson. I've seen him open 2 or 3 times, but they just have not thrown the ball to him. Jaworski's looking all the way in here. He's not looking off quick at all. You can see 3 men converging on him, and Kenny Jackson is running down the center of the field wide open.
Ron Jaworski, who passed for 380 yards against Dallas a week ago, has passed for 76 this afternoon on 8 of 19. 2nd and 10. Flags down. Complete. Michael Haddix with a reception out of the backfield, swarmed by blue-shirted Bill defenders, led by Jim Haslett. Check the flags on the play. They went just as the ball was snapped. And a huddle from the officials.
And it's going to be against the Eagles. But I, again, was watching Kenny Jackson that time, and it looks to me as if they should at least try to throw the ball to take the pressure off of Mike Quick. This is Kenny Jackson, number 81. We don't even see there's not even a Bill in the screen. There's Kenny Jackson. I believe even I could throw it to hit him.
Offense, illegal motion, number 82. 5 yards, 2nd down.
Quick called for the illegal motion, a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Philadelphia Eagles as we check the other scores. In the 3rd now, Seahawks leading the Jets 14-0. 27-7, Denver over Kansas City in the 3rd. Jaworski hit as he released it, and it falls short, incomplete. Don Smith put the pressure on Jaworski. Haddix was the intended receiver, but Jaworski went down.
And this is an Eagles line that has not allowed many sacks this season. They had a bad string in there, but the last couple weeks they have really protected their quarterback.
See the other scores. Detroit leading Miami by 10. Chicago still bidding to stay unbeaten. 13-7 over Minnesota. 14-0 Washington blanking Cleveland. And St. Louis in front of Houston. 6 defensive backs in the game for the Buffalo Bills. The Eagles have converted only 1 of 5, 3rd down situations in the game. Jaworski from the shotgun. Complete. It'll be close to the 1st down to Ron Johnson. Steve Freeman hit him hard, but Johnson hung on to the ball.
And what a tremendous catch by Ron Johnson. Another sign of a great receiver is that we talk about the concentration. but he does not know he's going to get hit, and he just gets slammed to the ground and held onto the ball. Now this is the deep secondary. You can see everybody not wanting to get beaten by the long pass. There's Johnson coming into your screen, and look at the hit. A good solid hit. Let's take another look at it. You'll see Ron Johnson come from the right side of your screen. A good throw by Jaworski, a strike. There's the smack. It does get him out of a deep, deep trouble, and they've got a first down on their own 26-yard line.
Freeman hit Johnson hard, but Johnson able to hang on to the ball. First down for the Eagles. Jaworski down 9 at 21, 92 yards. To pass again. And again complete. Spagnola, about an 8-yard gain before Eugene Marv hauls him to the turf. Fisticuffs threaten to break out over there as the crowd of 60,000 gets into the game.
Oh, yes, they're going to get into the game. A big target, John Spagnola. But this Buffalo team is playing with a lot of emotion out there. They're not going to be intimidated. They've played very well today, and they don't want to lose that emotion that's carried them to this 17-0 lead.
The Eagles, with that fumble by Jaworski on the last possession, leading to the Buffalo touchdown. They had not turned the ball over the last 2 games prior to that, and that's been one of the reasons they were able to win their last 2 coming into today's contest. 2nd and 2. Give is to Haddix, and he gets the first down. Jim Haslett drags him down, who got the defensive ball a week ago with 8 tackles against Indianapolis, but it'll be a first down Philadelphia.
And most times in that situation, Ron Jaworski would challenge the defense with a long pass, but he just wants to get something going, get that momentum to get his team really motivated, and he went for that first down. That was a surprising play call by him, because I just thought for sure that he would go upstairs and try to challenge this defense deep. Again, I have not seen Kenny Jackson even play a significant part today. No part whatsoever.
Ron Jaworski, who had passed 63 times without an interception coming into today's game. That man wide open, Quick, and he missed him. Quick had broken free over the middle, had the defenders Romes and Bayless beaten, but Jaworski misconnecting.
And he realized he needed 1/10 of a second more. You'll see they're putting a lot of pressure on. This is really time when you rush the quarterback. This is a lineman's dream to have a 17-0 quarterback lead. And Jaworski realizes he just overthrew him just by a step. There's Quick. You can see how wide open he was. Almost comes up with a one-hand catch.
Spectacular effort by Quick, but he comes up short. Ben Williams, the defensive end for Buffalo, applying the pressure on Jaworski. Unable to hit Quick, who is open. 2nd and 10. 38-yard line of Philadelphia. Eagles trail 17-0. 6 defensive backs in for the Bills. Jaworski under pressure. Hit and dropped. He's sacked by Perryman, again coming on a blitz. Able to take Jaworski down.
There's the stunning defense that we talked about with this Buffalo team. They brought 7 men up on the line of scrimmage. It's a sure passing down. It's 2nd down and 10 yards to go. And they just blew by the Eagles. You can see them all getting into the picture. There's 57. That's Haslett. There's Perryman on the tackle. Smith is in there. Ben Williams, number 77. You can see all the blue shirts coming in there. Jaworski really has nowhere to go.
And Jim Perryman, the rookie out of Little Milliken College, who caused the fumble earlier. 2nd sack of the day for Buffalo. 5 defensive backs in for the Bills. Eagles face 3rd and 21. Jaworski, complete to Jackson. No, they say incomplete. Jackson is hot. Derek Burrows defending on the play. He looked like he had Jackson.
It looked to me as if he had Jackson all the way, and I thought Jackson came down with the catch. We may be able to get another look at this, but you'll see a deep secondary. Jackson's on this side. He's going to do what they call about a 20-yard bend out. He's going to come into your picture right down there at the bottom. And we may be able to get, there's the catch. Let's see if we get another look at that, because it looked to me as if he came down with the ball. Now, they said he bobbled the ball. Oh, I don't know about that.
What it means is Michael Horan is on to punt again. He's averaged 39.8. Don Wilson is deep for Buffalo. .5:18 to play in the 3rd quarter. Bills on top, 17-0. Wilson to the 45, still fighting forward, gets another yard down to the 46-yard line, and the Bills will have good field position to put the ball in play here. We'll take a timeout. 5:07 to play 3rd quarter. Bills lead 17-0. Tom Hammond and Dave Rowe in Philadelphia. What about that last attempt to Jackson?
Well, the field judge, Tom Finken, is in great position, and he called it that he did not have control in when he came down with the ball.
Ruled incomplete, and Buffalo has taken it after the punt. Here's Bell with good yardage. First down, Buffalo. Vogler springing him free on a block. Edwards forces him out of bounds, but the Bills have another first down.
Let's take another look at that again. You might see Kenny Jackson now. He's not calling whether he's catching the ball. He's calling, and you can see the field judge, side judge, is in excellent position. He said that he bobbled it when he slid out of bounds, and Kenny Jackson is hot.
The Eagles needed that one to keep their drive alive and didn't get it. Jackson on the sideline. Been shut down after a big game a week ago against Dallas when he caught 6 to double his season total. First down, Buffalo, pitch to Cribbs. Good blocking. Spins forward just shy of the Eagle 35-yard line.
Tom, one thing that a coach will tell you consistently is don't shy away from players. In other words, you do what you do best and don't worry about what the other team has for defense. Cribbs here in this situation is a running back. He's an excellent running back, has all the moves in the world, and they're tackling Philadelphia. They're just attacking them right at their strength. The running game, the passing game, they're doing it all today on offense.
A lot of critics of that Buffalo offensive line this season, but they performed well today, and the Bills are driving again. Straight ahead, Cribbs. Again, good blocking. They pound out enough for the first down. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is WGRZ TV2 Buffalo.
Tom Hammond and Dave Rowe, Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. The Buffalo Bills leading the Eagles 17-0 with 3 minutes 55 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Hank Bulla's Buffalo Bills have played an excellent game today.
And Tom, I can't understand why Greg Brown, number 98 from Philadelphia, has not even been on a play. Ken Jones, number 72, just must be playing a marvelous football game.
From the Eagle 32, first down Bills. Cribbs hit in the backfield, spins free, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Gary Cobb was all over him. Cribbs able to spin free for another yard or two, but Cobb read it well.
Well, they're doing what they do best. They're running the ball, power football straight ahead. They've got the Cribbs and Bell, of course. It's hard to believe that Joe Cribbs could come in and change the complexion of this team so much in just 2 weeks. This was a team that was going nowhere. They had fired their head coach. They were 0-6, and they were going right down the tubes, got completely embarrassed by Indianapolis, and look at them today.
No gain on the last play. Cribbs has carried 10 times for 55 yards. He's caught 4 passes for 62. Ferragamo under pressure, flag down, completes it to Cribbs. Fights his way to the 25-yard line. It's going to be a holding call against Buffalo. Apparently Devlin guilty of a hold, the offensive right tackle.
And this is the type of play that you say as a coach, when you have a 17-point lead, you say, it's all right, you're protecting the quarterback. Now, if it was 17-17, you'd get yelled at, but Hank Bulla doesn't mind that call.
Joe Devlin caught Reggie White as White was coming in pressuring Ferragamo, and the officials caught it.
What do you have to say there,
Holding
Ben?
offense, number 70. He'll be second down, 10 yards.
So Devlin, number 70, watch it at the top of your screen.
Now, he is beaten on the play, but he pulls down, just drives the lineman by. That's number 91, Reggie White, who's a great pass rusher, and he just protected his quarterback, so to speak.
So it's 2nd and 20 now for the Buffalo Bills. The ball marked back to the 42-yard line of the Eagles with the clock moving past 2 minutes 40 seconds to play third quarter. And the Bills on top 17-0. Ferragamo pumps once, dumps it to Cribbs. Screen pass. Cribbs has blockers to the 35-30. Down to the 25-yard line. Will Grant, the center, pulling out to lead the way. Hopkins finally gets in there to break it up and take Cribbs down, but a good play by the Bills who keep their drive going.
You called it, Tom. It's an excellent play selection. Vincent Ferragamo has a list of plays on his arm, which they signal in from the sideline. Obviously, the coaching staff felt that Philadelphia was going to come with that all-out blitz. You can probably see it on his left arm. He looks down on the play. They signal in the number. They called the play from the sideline. They saw that Philadelphia was going to come, and he just dumped it off a screen pass. Cribbs had, 4 blockers out in front of him, and Down the sideline they go. It's 3rd down and 2.
Made it good for 18 yards. 3rd and 2 for the Bills from the 24 of the Eagles. And it's a Cribbs. Close to the first down. Greg Brown, defensive end, falling on top of Cribbs, and they're going to take a look at it. Depends on where they spot it. It'll be close to the first down.
Well, everything else has gone Buffalo's way today, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if this mark doesn't. They have done nothing wrong today. They have just played outstanding football on offense. They've controlled the tempo of the game on defense. They've challenged Philadelphia. Coming in here, a team that passes for 380 yards, you just don't think that you're going to be able to stop them.
A little short of the first down. Buffalo certainly has not looked like a 1-6 team and a team that's lost 12 straight on the road. There, look how productive Bell and Cribbs have been for the Bills this afternoon. As we've been saying, Cribbs does open up a new dimension.
He certainly does. That's combined yardage there. You can see that both of them have over 100 yards combined, both pass catching and running.
Joe DeLamalure, the veteran, in with Easton Ramson. Mark Trainowitz also in for Buffalo. Pete Metzlars as the power formation comes in for the Bills on 4th and 1. Booker Moore in the backfield. Ferragamo straight ahead. I don't think he got it.
I never agree with a quarterback sneak on 4th down and 1. I just do not agree with that. You've got a running back there and the quality of Greg Bell. You give the ball to Greg Bell in that situation. Nobody stopped Greg Bell. You've got a quarterback who's standing there flat-footed, and he tries to run a quarterback sneak. It's the only mistake that they've been made today, and we'll be right back after these messages.
On the Buffalo sideline, testing an injury. I know it's close to Halloween, but what in the world is that? A helmet holder?
A helmet holder.
Eagles have to get something going. Jaworski completes it to Haddix. Fights forward to the 30-yard line. Guy Frazier covers him there. With a minute to play in the 3rd quarter, down 17-0, this would be a crucial drive, it would seem, for the Eagles.
Absolutely. They have got to get something started here. We're less than a minute in the 3rd quarter. They have got to come out and do something if they want to get back in this football game. It's not an insurmountable lead. That man, Marion Campbell's been on the bottom side of the scores like this several times, and they've come back.
There you see the totals on Jaworski, 117 yards after passing for 380 against the powerful Cowboys a week ago. The Bills have stymied him today. 2nd and 3. Jaworski under pressure, Quick can't hold on. Charles Rome's running right with Mike Quick, who had it bounce off his hands incomplete. Clock stopped, 22 seconds left.
Well, it seems as if Ron Jaworski, the only person he sees today is Mike Quick, number 82. It's a slightly bobbled pass. He just doesn't look it all the way in, and there's the tackle that just pulls the arms back. That's by Charles Romes, number 26, who's played a very fine football game today.
So an important 3rd down coming up for the Eagles. 3rd and 3 from their own 30-yard line. 22 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter and trailing by 17. Jaworski completes it to Quick, and it'll be a first down for the Eagles. Derek Burrows makes the stop, but an Eagle first down. And it looks like the clock is going to tick away. Now they stop it with 7 seconds left. Stop it for the first down by the Eagles.
Well, we have an injured player down on the field, and I believe that's why they stopped the clock.
They stop it for the first down, but then restart it. However, with the injured player, it'll remain stopped, and I can't see there people all around the injured player, and we don't yet know who it is. Mike Quick, who made the reception for the first down, could be the injured man. He's caught 6 passes for 61 yards. He has been, as you said, the only man Jaworski's been able to see today.
Well, I just wonder if he goes out of the game, who is Jaworski going to throw to? Because he has only seen number 82 today. You can see here, this is the pass play. He knows where the first down yardage is. He just ducks his head. He takes a good hit there, and he stayed down. That was Derek Burrows, number 29, on that tackle.
Mike Quick, the Eagles' thoroughbred receiver, a little injured on the play. And speaking of thoroughbreds,
receiver, okay.
and speaking of thoroughbreds, racing's $10 million day coming up next Saturday from Aqueduct in New York, the Breeders' Cup. 7 races worth $10 million. It's the World Series, the Super Bowl of horse racing, and thoroughbred racing's best will be on display, highlighted by the Breeders' Cup Classic, the final race of the day, worth $3 million as Chief's Crown goes for the 3-year-old championship and perhaps Horse of the Year. Coming up starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time next Saturday on NBC Sports. And now let's go to NFL 85 and Ahmad Rashad. The Bills leading the Eagles 17-0 as they continue to attend to Mike Quick, who made the reception for the first down but was shaken up on the play. Well, they would put a crimp in the Eagle offense, such as it is. It's been not hitting on all cylinders today, and Quick has been the only bright spot for that Eagle offense. John Spagnuolo, who had such a great game against the Cowboys a week ago, been held relatively in check. Kenny Jackson, likewise, who had a great game against Dallas, has also been held down today. And the injury to Quick could be costly as the Eagles need to get something going here. Clock started again. We're going to come to the end of the third quarter now. And the whistle sounds, and the third quarter comes to an end. So that's the end of the third quarter of play at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. At the end of the third quarter, Buffalo leads 17-0. We'll be back after these messages from your local station.
That Raymond has. He has a speakers bureau here amongst the players, which is really unique. They go out and speak to the local high school students.
Norman Brayman stepping in with the Eagles to buy them from Leonard Toews. Here's Jaworski. Long downfield and overshoots his man. Herman Hunter, the intended receiver. Derek Burrows, stride for stride with him. And the pass way off the mark and incomplete.
Way off the mark, and the Buffalo team is dropping 6 and 7 people deep. They realize that they don't have to worry about the run right now. They've got a 17-point lead. We're in the fourth quarter, and these are passes that most of the time get intercepted. You can see that nobody on Buffalo wants to get beat deep. You can see 3 players in the picture on the wide receiver going deep.
Well, the Buffalo Bills have played good defense today, and the Eagles perhaps a little flat after the big win over Dallas a week ago, and then facing a team today that had won only 1 game coming in. Jaworski on 2nd and 10. Again, downfield. This time complete. A great catch to Ron Johnson. Derek Burrows turned around on the play. Ron Johnson came back to the football and made the catch. Burrows and Freeman right with Ron Johnson, but he's had a couple of clutch catches today.
He certainly has. This is going to be there's a flag on the play, but I believe it's going to be pass defense on Derek Burrows, pass interference, I should say.
Defense, pass interference, number 29, decline the penalty, good catch, first down.
Well, commentary by Ben Dry, there was a good catch.
That was a good one, Ben. Ben said that was a good catch. There's Jaworski. He's throwing it up. Now the defender has his back to him. He's trying to read the eyes of the wide receiver. That's Burrows, who actually overruns the play.
35-yard gain. Completion to Ron Johnson. Happy to report that Mike Quick is back into the game for the Eagles. Burrows goes out. Lawrence Johnson replaces him in the Buffalo secondary. Jaworski, quick look-in pass complete to Jackson. It'll be another Eagle first down. Lawrence Johnson takes him to the turf, but the Eagles now driving.
They are driving, and finally they have seen number 81, Kenny Jackson, out of Penn State, because he has been non-existent. Last week he had 6 receptions to tie his output for the entire year, and that's his first throw, even throwing the ball to him today.
Offensive coordinator Ted Marcher-Proda perhaps telling Jaworski, you've got other men open. Jaworski directing the Eagles down to the Buffalo 15-yard line where they have a first down. Completes it short. Jackson on the reception, spun back, and they'll mark it, I think, at about the 15-yard line. Charles Romes wrapped around him, spun him down, but the completion was good. Kenny Jackson, you see, with the big game against Dallas a week ago, doubling his receptions for the season, and more than passing his yardage for the first 6 games total. The Eagles need to get on the board. 13-17 remaining in the football game. And so far, the Bills pitching a shutout. They lead 17-0. Gain of only 1 on the last play. 2nd and 9, Philadelphia. Jaworski for the end zone. Incomplete. Spagnola crossing, trying to make the reception. Looked like Guy Frazier got a paw on it to knock it away.
Jaworski really threw that ball into coverage. He had Spagnola coming off the tight end slot position, and Spagnola broke clear. You'll see him to the left of your screen coming into your picture. Jaworski really forces the ball there. You can see the very good coverage there. Very good coverage by Guy Frazier, number 52, to get that hand in there and knock the ball away.
There's that Bill defense that had its quarter mark extended by one more at the end of the third, but now in trouble. Big third down play for the Eagles. They're at the 14 of the Buffalo Bills. Eagles trail 17-0. Jaworski complete. Jackson, first down at the 5. Freeman and Burrows knock Jackson out of bounds, but he rambles for first down yardage and keeps the Eagle drive alive.
Again, I hate to be repetitious, but where has Kenny Jackson been all game? For 3/4 of this game, we haven't seen number 81 play any part in this game. He's got 3 receptions, the last 3 passes thrown to him, and that's the reason they've been able to move the ball. Now, Jaworski has a lot of time here to look off, comes back to Jackson. Watch Jackson look where that red flag is to get that first down. He sees it there, dives to get it, and they've got a first down on the 5-yard line.
Jackson has caught 3 passes, 22 yards. Ron Jaworski finally finding him as we get into the 4th quarter of play. Kenny Jackson goes out. Tom Gillespie in to replace him. He'll line up at a tight end spot. Hand off. Jackson down to about the 3-yard line where Eugene Marv leads the Bill charge.
I've seen Ron Jaworski in this situation many, many times. Just come out there and fake the handoff and bootleg the ball around. Had he done it that time, he'd have just walked into the end zone. But
Randall Cunningham giving the signals to this man, Ron Jaworski.
I don't know if that looked like run or not, but those hands both going up. Here's the handoff. You can see how clear, if Jaworski lets go of the ball, everybody's reacting to Ernest Jackson, number 41, carrying the ball.
Mark the ball just shy of the 3-yard line. 2nd down, goal to go from the 3 of Buffalo. Jaworski will pass. He'll roll out, fakes the pass, turns upfield, touchdown. Eagles on the scoreboard with their first rushing touchdown of the 1985 season. Ironically, Jaworski was the man that got it. Extra point up and good by Paul McFadden. And the Philadelphia Eagles in the 4th quarter are on the scoreboard. Timeout with the Bills leading 17-7. Ron Jaworski, who just scored the touchdown on the sideline, perhaps took a shot to the elbow of his passing arm, but he's gotten the Eagles on the board. Here's the kick by McFadden. Taken deep by Wilson. Wilson hit hard at the 25-yard line by Aaron Brown. He really cracked him hard at the 25, and the Eagles playing with new life. All right, let's take a look again at Jaworski on the touchdown. One of the reasons they paid Dave Rowe all this money is to be able to predict things like this touchdown run by Jaworski.
Well, this is thank you. This is a run-pass option. He has the option there. Now Jaworski realizes he has nowhere to go. Let's see if he comes down on that elbow. He's stretching to get in there. Didn't look as if he really came down hard on the elbow, but it was a good call by Ron Jaworski. Again, run-pass option. He jumps into the end zone. They need a score, and listen to this crowd.
Here's the first down play from Buffalo. Screen to Cribbs. Gets away from one man. Runs laterally and is taken down at about the 26-yard line. Herman Edwards tracking him over on that right cornerback spot. Diagnosed the play and got Cribbs to the turf after a gain of a couple of yards. First rushing touchdown of the season scored by Ron Jaworski. The Eagles have not been able to get it in on the ground until now.
Let's see if when he gets up, I thought I detected a little bit of pain on his arm when he got up. You can see here he throws the ball up. Now again, there he is going back, and you can see he has a little bit of pain. He's not too exuberant there on the sideline.
Here's premature movement, a false start by Ken Jones, the left offensive tackle of the Bills, and that'll put Buffalo 5 yards further back as the crowd begins to pick up the Eagle defense.
Well,
False
Tom,
start, number 72, offense.
Excuse me, Ben, I didn't mean to jump on you there as you told us what that was, but you mentioned it. This crowd has been stunned all day, and look at those numbers. That's just hard to believe. The Bills' total yards. They have not been very offensively productive in the last few weeks, except today.
Bills have been penalized 7 times for 45 yards. The Eagles 4 times for 30. Second and 14 for the Buffalo Bills from their own 21-yard line. They lead by 10, 11-17 to play fourth quarter. Motion by Cribbs. Ferragamo to pass. Complete on the swing to Bell. Taken down after a short gain. Herman Edwards again smelling that one out. It looks like the Philadelphia defense is playing much better against those little short passes.
And Herman Edwards there, I believe it was Herman Edwards. No, it's not. It's not Herman Edwards. Who is that? 48.
Hopkins.
Hopkins. He wanted a pass interference. Let's take a peek at some of the other scores going on, though.
Seattle with a 14-7 lead. Freeman McNeil got the jet touchdown to pull New York within 7. Denver still laying it on Kansas City. In the fourth, Detroit maintains a 10-point lead over Miami. 20-7, Chicago in the third over the Vikings. 3rd and 11. Intercepted. Hopkins. Touchdown. McFadden set to kick off for the Eagles, who have pulled within 3 after the interception and touchdown by Hopkins. Kick comes to Wilson, takes it at the 12. Across the 20, good yardage. Upended at about the 32-yard line. Major Everett on special teams prevented what could have been a long gain on the return by Wilson, who did get 25 yards out of it.
And Tom, watch Wes Hopkins, number 48. Throw the emotion in here. Ferragamo's got all the time in the world. He's trying to hit Greg Bell. There's Wes Hopkins, a one-arm drag behind him. Now watch what he knows exactly what to do when he gets the ball. He picks it up, goes in for a touchdown, and you can't even hear yourself talk in this stadium here with this crowd. It's unbelievable, the noise.
Looked as if Greg Brown may have tipped the ball at the line of scrimmage for Philadelphia, making the interception possible. We'll see it again in just a moment. Right now, first down for the Bills. Here's a handoff to Cribbs. Gets a couple of yards. Greg Brown makes the stop at the 35-yard line. Let's take a look at the interception and touchdown now from ground level.
From ground level, it's a lot different. Vince Ferragamo, again, has all the time in the world to throw. He tries to dump the ball off, maybe once too often, but Wes Hopkins makes an excellent catch behind his back, one arm, puts his head down, sniffs out that goal line, and goes all the way for a touchdown. And this town is just screaming defense as he crosses that goal line.
4 interceptions this year. He had 2 against Dallas a week ago. He took that one 24 yards for the TD. Here's a reception by Eason Ramsden, the tight end of the Bills, and he gets a first down for Buffalo. Roynell Young and Reggie Wilkes, the linebacker, defending on the play, but Ferragamo with a clutch completion to Ramsden.
And that's exactly what Vince Ferragamo has to do. He has got to get the emotion back his way. He's had it all game. And that pass right there to Eason Ramsden, number 87, may take some of the emotion out of this crowd. It has to quiet this crowd down, or Hank Bull and his team are going to be in for a hard fourth quarter.
Less than 9 minutes remaining in the final period of play, with the Bills leading the Eagles 17-14. First down, Buffalo. Ferragamo's got a man wide open. Reception made by Reed. Now they say he did not hold it as he went out of bounds. Juggling the ball, ruled it incomplete. Herman Edwards defending on the play.
It was a good play selection, too, by Ferragamo. A safe pass over to the far sideline. But Andre Reed just dropped the ball. He's really come up with several key receptions today, but he just dropped that one.
Other scores around the league. Washington lead reduced to 7 now as the Browns get on the board in the third quarter. 14-7 Washington. St. Louis leading Houston 10-6. Tony Zendejas with a field goal. 17-10 now. Dallas over Atlanta. Septien with a 28-yard field goal. 2nd and 10. Buffalo. Ferragamo's hit 19 at 28 this afternoon. Running play to Cribbs. Cribbs is stopped 2 yards shy of the first down. Anthony Griggs, the linebacker. Some other scores. New England leading Tampa Bay 23-14. Craig James an 8-yard touchdown run. And Indianapolis 27-10 over Green Bay. 39-yard touchdown pass. Pagel to Capers. Joe Cribbs has carried the ball 13 times for 68 yards this afternoon. Marion Campbell trying to rally his defense here.
I would look for in this situation Booker Moore to be the lead blocker and give the ball to Craig Bell. I doubt that they will have another quarterback sneak in this situation.
Joe DeLamalure, Easton Ransom, tight ends. Give it this time to Moore, and he's going to be stopped short of the first down. Greg Brown, the defensive end, made a great play. Booker Moore did not get enough yardage.
Well, the crowd again is going unbelievably exciting. They are really into this game now. They've suppressed their noise for 3 quarters, and they have really come alive.
Over 60,000 held in check and quiet through the first 3 quarters, but getting excited here in the fourth as the Eagles finally get cranked up. John Kidd to punt for Buffalo. He's averaged 49.3 a kick this afternoon, his longest 55 yards. He's especially adept at putting it out of bounds down deep. Let's see if he can do it here. Cooper deep for the Eagles. They'll let it bounce. Fields it at the 5. Is hit at the 10 and smacked down to the turf hard by Don Wilson on kick coverage for the Bills. 43-yard punt, 5-yard return. It'll be the Eagles' ball when we come back with Buffalo leading by 3. Has gone to the Philadelphia Eagles, although Evan Cooper made a bad play on that punt.
He certainly did. He should have allowed that ball to roll into the end zone because they would have had the ball out on the 20 instead of trying to run it from the 10. So he did make a poor choice.
First down, Eagles at their own 10-yard line. They trail by 3. Clock shows 6:57. Jaworski hit on the elbow that last time. Nevertheless, puts it in the air and throws it out of bounds. Spagnola couldn't get free of Guy Frazier, the outside linebacker who was covering him, and Jaworski just sailed it out of bounds.
Well, if you're a Buffalo Bill fan right now, you want your defense to get down there, put all the weight on their hand, don't worry about the run, and just get pass rush and pressure on Jaworski. If you're an Eagle fan, you've got to call on your offensive line in the toughest situation to give protection to your quarterback.
Jaworski, after a slow start, has now passed for 173 yards. He's hit on 17 of 33. And, of course, scored the rushing touchdown for the Eagles this afternoon. 2nd and 10. Incomplete, and good defensive play by Haslett, who was back in coverage from his linebacker spot for the Bills as Quick couldn't hold on.
Well, Jim Haslett, number 55, is the #1 leading tackler on this Buffalo team. You can see the great coverage that he has on Spagnola. He's got him man-to-man all the way across. He's right there with him. Had he even caught the ball, he wouldn't have come up with the first down. Excuse me, that was 82 Mike Quick that he was covering.
Third downs today. Philadelphia has converted 4 of 10. 6 defensive backs into the game for Buffalo. Johnson and Perryman are into the game. Perryman has wreaked havoc with a couple of blitzes this afternoon. No blitz this time. Jaworski looked like a miscommunication that time with Quick, the intended receiver, who hooked as Jaworski let it fly deep.
Well, Jaworski really didn't have the time that time. Buffalo came with an all-out blitz. Again, they brought 23 Perryman. Bruce Smith was in there, number 78. They are really putting pressure on Jaworski, and you can see that he is limping off the field. that really will affect his passing because he's unable to stand on solid feet. Look at the pressure Bruce Smith puts on Jaworski. Ouch. That's quite a different matchup there. You're looking at 275 pounds by Bruce Smith, number 78.
Horan will punt for the Eagles. It'll be a crucial punt from his own end zone. Wilson, safety man at midfield for Buffalo. Good kick by Horan. Fair catch called for and taken by Wilson at his own 43-yard line. So the Buffalo Bills will have good field position trying to recapture the momentum from the Eagles. 47-yard punt, no return. 17-14. What will Buffalo do now with 6:35 remaining? Will they try to work on the clock, Dave?
Absolutely. That's what their key should be right now, is to give that ball to Cribbs, give it again to Bell. Bell has an unbelievable statistic about not fumbling. He has fumbled like 4 times out of the last 300 times he's carried the ball. Play the safe thing, use up the clock with just 6.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
Mark the ball at the 44. Cribbs in motion on a first down play. Handoff straight ahead. Bell fights for short yardage, 2 or 3 yards. Reggie White, Ken Clark, Greg Brown, the front 3 of the Eagle defense, piling up the play after a short gain. Give him a gain of actually 4, a little better than I thought. 4 yards on the play, make it 2nd and 6 from the 48.
This is really where football is played. The tempo of this game has been decided in the line play, both the offensive line of the Bills and the defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles. And this is really who wants it most right now. Whoever's going to play the hardest here is going to win this football game.
Hank Bullis, somewhat of a throwback to the NFL coaches of old. Hope Bills can hold on here. 2nd and 6. Ferragamo on a busted play dives to the 50. Briggs covers him there. Ferragamo looked like he wanted to hand it off to Bell, but missed connection and was able to take it himself for a gain of a couple.
Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4. It's almost an assured pass situation. And if Ferragamo does elect to pass, you know he's going to, as you see him look on that scoreboard there, that's what he's looking on, his little wristband, what play they signal from the sideline. It's got to be a safe pass. He cannot throw a pass that's an interceptable ball.
Bills have converted 5 of 12 third down situations. If Ferragamo holds true to form, we would expect him to dump it off to one of his running backs, Bell or Cribbs. Look in. Timing pattern to Butler, no good.
But there's the point, Tom. It was a safe pass. It's a ball that's not intercepted. It's a timing pass, as you said, to Butler. It's a quick out, just trying to get enough yardage for the first down. Of course, it didn't work, and this Philadelphia team is coming back with the ball. They're going to have it in better field position, especially if number 21 allows it to go over his head and into the end zone.
Evan Cooper misplayed one a moment ago that probably would have given the Eagles the ball on the 20. Looked like it was headed for the end zone when he picked it up. John Kidd has averaged, as you see, 47.7. There's Cooper, single safety for the Eagles at his own 10. 5:07 remaining. Buffalo leads by 3. Cooper will watch it go out of bounds. And they're going to spot it at about the 13-yard line. Is that what they say? The 13. So the Eagles will be backed up once again as they try to get something going and pull this one out. We'll be back to Philadelphia in a moment. Bills by 3. Dave Rowe from Philadelphia, along with producer Kenneth Roy Edmondson and director Bob Levy, as we see if the Eagles can pull it out. 5 minutes to play. 1st and 10. Philadelphia on its own 13. They trail by 3. Jaworski fakes the run, puts it upstairs and completes for a first down to Quick. Quick came wide open between the coverage, between the drop of the linebackers and the deep men, the safeties for Buffalo.
Absolutely. Jaworski had a lot of time that time to pull the ball down and find Mike Quick. Number 82 has been his favorite target all day. You'll see that Quick goes by the linebackers and turns up before he gets to the deep secondary and comes down with a big reception for about 25 yards.
23 to be exact, as Bayless makes the stop there. First down for the Eagles. Jaworski approaching 200 yards off that 380 performance a week ago. From the 36, 1st and 10, Philadelphia. Looking to win their 3rd in a row. Jaworski, short completion. Haddix across the 40 to the 42. Haslett drags him down there.
Tom Jaworski right now wants to drive his team down. He's got almost 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes, as you see in the top of your screen, to play. He doesn't want to get down there too fast to give Buffalo the chance to come back, but he wants to get down there conservatively, using up that clock, getting down, picking up the 8, 10, 12 yards.
6-yard completion to Haddix, 2nd and 4 from their own 42. A touchdown to go ahead, a field goal to tie. 3.5 minutes now to play. Hand off to Jackson. Spins away from one man, gets to about the 45-yard line where Guy Frazier takes him down. It'll be short of the first down.
A very crucial down here. It's going to be about 3rd down and probably 1 or 2. It's a run or pass situation. You can see the clock ticking down in the top. It's a big play for the Philadelphia Eagles. There's the play being signaled in from the sideline by Randall Cunningham, the backup quarterback from the coaching staff.
Herman Hunter has replaced Ernest Jackson in the backfield for the Eagles. Ron Johnson is also in at a wide receiver, replacing Spagnola. 5 defensive backs in on 3rd and 2. Crucial play for the Eagles. Shotgun Jaworski. Going deep. Jackson wide open, couldn't get it. He had beaten his man on the play, Romes, but the pass too tall.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Eagles in this situation go for it. There's only 2:40 left on the clock. They realize that they have got to come up with a big play here. If they don't, if they punt the ball away, they're going to have to use up all their timeouts. Let's watch Kenny Jackson. If Jaworski had a little bit better touch on the ball, of course, it's excellent coverage by Charles Romes, number 26, and Jackson really doesn't break free until the tail end of it.
Are you surprised they went for it all there, that they didn't try to pick up the 2 yards in the first down?
Yes, that was a very big surprise to me, because the safe thing would have been to try the 2 running plays or the 1 pass play to pick up the first down and give yourself 4 more opportunities. If they don't make it here, it's going to be awfully tough on this defense.
Eagles will go for it on 4th down. 4th and 2 from their own 44-yard line. Shotgun formation. Flags down. Complete for the first down. Hunter gets the first down. Penalty on the play.
And Jaworski did exactly what he wanted to do. He drew the defensive line offside with that voice. We saw it twice in the first half. Darn if he doesn't come right back and do it again. He normally has been snapping on the second count. He draws them offside, as we see Randall Cunningham. There he's saying run 1 play and get him down to the 2-minute line.
First down.
But it's a first down, and that young man has played very well today. From being benched just a few weeks ago, he has really come off the bench and played renewed football, I guess you'd say, for the Eagles.
Philadelphia declines the penalty, keeps the drive alive as you look at some other scores from around the NFL this afternoon. 1st and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles in Buffalo territory at the 48. Bills come with 5 defensive backs. Lawrence Johnson, one of those coming into the game just a moment ago. Haddix and Jackson in the backfield with Jaworski.
Now he's looking at the 30-second clock saying, hey, look, it's down to 5 seconds. I better call timeout here.
And Philadelphia does take a timeout. Well, they were a little slow in the play calling. By the time they got up to the line of scrimmage, Jaworski could see that he wouldn't have time to get the play off. So he wastes one of his timeouts, the first timeout taken this half by Philadelphia.
But, Tom, it's not a bad timeout, because it gives him, at 2 minutes and 10 seconds, it gives him 1 timeout. At the 2-minute warning, he'll have another timeout.
So 2:10, the clock stopped on the timeout, and Buffalo clinging to a 3-point lead. Philadelphia driving, trying to pull it out. Well, next Sunday, join NBC Sports for an exciting football doubleheader. In the first game, most of you will see the AFC Eastern battle as the New England Patriots take on Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins, plus other regional action. Then in the second half of our doubleheader, most viewers will watch the Western shootout between Marcus Allen and the Los Angeles Raiders as they take on the Seattle Seahawks. It all gets underway at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time with NFL 85 and host Bob Costas. Check your local listings for the games and times in your area. Your team plays here on NBC Sports. Well, the barefoot of Paul McFadden could be crucial here with the Eagles trailing by 3.
And it's really interesting to watch a kicker on the sideline as he paces back and forth. Nobody wants to go up and say anything to him to take his concentration away. He's kind of like the lonesome kicker right now. You don't see anybody in the screen near him. And he's concentrating on what he has to do.
13 of 15. He's made his last 6 in a row. In fact, has accounted for 47% of the Eagles' points this season. 52 yards has been his longest, by the way. Norwood is pacing the Buffalo sideline. All he can do right now, though, is watch and hope the defense can stop the Eagles. Ron Jaworski, after that slow start, has now passed for 210 yards, hitting on 19 of 40. First and 10 from the 48 of Buffalo. Jaworski completes a Haddix. First down for the Eagles, down to about the 32-yard line of Buffalo. Eugene Marv, the linebacker, but on first down for the Eagles as Marv makes the stop at the 32. 2-minute warning coming up. Buffalo leads by 3. The Eagles driving for what they hope will be a go-ahead touchdown or perhaps a tying field goal. Ron Jaworski has finally found his stride here in the fourth quarter after an extremely slow start.
And they are well within the field goal range of their field goal kicker, Paul McFadden. He's made a 52-yarder, as you said. You can see him over there. He's warming up. He realizes that they're inside his range, and at worst, barring a mistake by the Eagles, he's going to get a field goal shot.
McFadden, the 2-year man out of Youngstown State, the same school that produced Ron Jaworski. As Norman Bremen, the owner of the Eagles, looks on, he's come to his feet. He's getting into the game as well.
Oh, he certainly has. He put out that cigar he was smoking there when he was kind of calm. He stood up, as most of the fans here have too. They are really into this game.
Marion Campbell's team rallying from 17 points down with a chance to perhaps pull it out. 2 minutes to play. First and 10 from the 32 of Buffalo. Jaworski. Complete. Quick.
You've got to have faith. Oh,
Ron Jaworski hits Mike Quick for a 32-yard scoring pass. The extra point is good by McFadden, and the Eagles, with a minute 55 to play, have taken their first lead of the game.
And Jaworski threw that ball. It was a pinpoint pass. He threw an excellent pass. Mike Quick just came down with the ball. He was well covered. There was no breakup in the coverage. Jaworski just threw a strike into Mike Quick, and it was a touchdown all the way, and he backed into the end zone.
Jaworski hitting Quick with a 32-yard score, and with a minute 55 to left in the game, Philadelphia is finally taking command, and they looked absolutely desolate for the first 3 quarters. Buffalo playing very well, and suddenly it's the Eagles that have the lead.
And at halftime, Jaworski only had 65 yards passing. He looked terrible in the first half, but they stayed with him. They stayed, and you can see right here, now look at that pass. It's right in the coverage. There's 22 in the picture, 26. Just a great pass to Mike Quick. And that's some kind of receptions. 8 receptions for 117 yards today.
He beat Freeman and Burroughs. Here's the kickoff. It'll sail into the end zone. Wilson's going to come out with it. Gets back to the 10 and is swarmed by white-shirted Philadelphia Eagles special teams players. Wilson, flag on the play as he's taken down at the 10 after an 11-yard return.
And that is a very poor choice for a young man to run the ball out of the backfield. The worst you're going to get is you're going to get it on the 20-yard line. But let's look again at Jaworski. Watch this pass. It's a pinpoint pass to Quick. He just splits the seam, well covered, and he backs into the axle.
On number 88, on the return, 10 yards.
Pete Metzelar is guilty of an illegal block, and that sets Buffalo back even further. As you see Quick dancing backwards into the end zone, an 87-yard drive in 7 plays, 3 minutes, 5 seconds, with Jaworski to Quick for the clincher.
Now Buffalo has enough time. They have a minute 49 seconds left. They've got enough time. They just can't panic. They've got to come back and do what they've done so well, and that's get the ball to Cripps and Bell.
Eagles with a prevent defense, 8 defensive backs into the game. Completed to the 8-yard line to Cribbs. Roynell Young covers him there. Clock continues to tick at 1:40.
And the Eagles will give them all day long those short 6- and 8-yard passes because the clock is still moving every time he catches the ball. There's number 71 just barely getting back on sides. Ken Fox using all the time they can.
This one's incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:23. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Buffalo from their own 9. Greg Bell was the intended receiver. Hank Bullow's team really has played better than this fate they're about to receive. They really have played well enough to win for the most part.
They absolutely have. He came into a really tough situation. You can see that. I'll tell you, I can just hear his teeth grinding there and his stomach is churning because he had complete control of this game for 3 quarters. At the end of the 3rd quarter, they were up 17-0, but look at it now.
Ferragamo's hit on 20 of 30, 199 yards today. 3rd and 7 from his end zone. Knocked down. Incomplete. Reggie White apparently got a big mitt on it to knock it to the turf, and it'll be 4th down for Buffalo.
And for Buffalo today, it's coming all down to this 4th down. It's going to be 4th down, 7 yards to go. They have to pick up a 1st down, or it's let's go home. There's only 1:18 left, and that man, Hank Buller, realizes that they have got to pick up 8 or 9 yards if they want to stay in this game.
The Bills in command for 3 quarters, but Philadelphia has struck in the 4th quarter for a 21-17 lead. Listen to the crowd. 4th and 7, Buffalo. First down for the Bills. Butler with a clutch catch, and the Bill drive stays alive. Ellis able to make the stop, but not to prevent the 1st down yardage.
In this situation, Tom, every team practices what they call 2-minute offense, driving the ball down. They've got selected plays. They don't need a huddle, and Ferragamo's trying to drive them down there for that score.
Less than a minute left. Complete the pass to Bell. Stopped after short yardage at about the 30. Evan Cooper made the stop. Buffalo takes a timeout. It comes with 47 seconds remaining. We'll take a break and be back to Philadelphia in a moment. The Eagles lead by 4. Incomplete. Herman Edwards had a chance to pick it off, couldn't scoop it up off the turf. It'll be a 3rd down situation coming up for Buffalo. Clock stops with 41 seconds left.
And Buffalo, Ferragamo has got to challenge this Eagles defensive secondary deep. He's got to go to Butler or Andre Reed. He has to get a 30, 40-yard pass soon because he only has 41 seconds left. This type of pass, the 8, 10-yard pass, is not going to hurt you. You can see the good coverage by the Eagles, but he's got to go upstairs and he's got to go deep.
The short passing game has been their forte today. Unable to get anything deep. He needs something here. 3rd down. Looking deep, overshoots the man, intercepted by Evan Cooper. Cooper picks up blockers, back to the 40. Still going, dips back again, looking for time, and is sandwiched down at about the 41-yard line of Buffalo. Chris Burkett made the stop, but a big pickoff by Evan Cooper to perhaps preserve this Philadelphia victory.
And Hank Buller, his team, he realizes that it's tough now at 27 seconds left. Ferragamo's had a good day. They totally controlled this game for 3 quarters. A little bit more in the right spots. It could have been a different picture because it was just an unbelievable day for the Bills. You can see the overthrow there. There's the going deep. There's Evan Cooper, number 21. Now, if he's smart, he should drop down, and I guarantee you, Coach will tell him next time, don't ever run with that ball sticking out there like a loaf of bread, because if somebody hits it, you can see Bell swat at it, they can pick it up and run it in for a score.
Well, all the Eagles have to do now is let that clock tick away. It's at 20 seconds. Ferragamo, plagued by the interceptions all year. Sort of a desperation play that time. Had one picked off. Hank Buller, he doesn't care whether he's got a chance or not. He's hot on the sideline, and he'll call one of his timeouts with 10 seconds left.
And in this situation, I remember several years ago, Philadelphia lost a very crucial game when they snapped the ball, and they snapped it through the quarterback's hands. And I believe it was the Giants picked it up and ran it in for a score. But now teams prepare for that. You'll see one back real far deep, just guarding against that very same play. So the Eagles will not make a mistake in this situation.
We've got to give the Eagles credit today. They were spinning their wheels for 3 quarters. They got a touchdown run of a yard or so from Jaworski. They got a big interception in return for a touchdown from Wes Hopkins. That seemed to really ignite the team and the crowd. And then they pulled it out with that 87-yard drive, culminating in a 32-yard pass from Jaworski to Quick to put them on top, all 21 points coming in the 4th quarter.
Well, Tom, you're absolutely right. It was the interception by Wes Hopkins on about the 10 or 12-yard line where he ran it in for a score that really ignited this team and this crowd. This crowd really picked up the emotion. They were able to hold them, and it's all over.
Buffalo will lose its 13th straight road game, but the Bills played well enough to win, at least for 3 quarters. But it's the Eagles that will leave the field victorious today, having taken their 3rd win in a row and 4 of their last 5. The Philadelphia Eagles, 21 fourth-quarter points, beat the Buffalo Bills, and a winning touchdown coming on a pass from Jaworski to Quick that covered 32 yards.
And he threw it right to Mike Quick, broke the seam, and you'll see Mike Quick just back into the end zone. And look at the jubilation on his face.
The Philadelphia Eagles pull it out. They beat the Bills 21-17. We'll be back after this word from your local station.